What's up, everyone? Good morning. Welcome back to the stream. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. A ton of financial related indicators have released news today, and we've got to go over a bunch of stuff relating to pretty much just the entire U.S. economy. There's a ton of numbers that have come out, so we're going to start by taking a peek at those. And the first thing that we're going to look at is actually a very impressive statistic. U.S. jobless claims, right? U.S. jobless claims just came out at 8:30 today. We were forecast to have 260,000 new U.S. jobless claims, and instead, we only had 199,000. I think some article I was reading had a headline that said this was the lowest number we've seen since 1969. So, pretty impressive stuff. And if we zoom in on this chart, I think we can. If we zoom in on this, you can see just how much it's fallen. Very low, very, very low compared to what we have been seeing, right? The last one that we got was 270,000 initial jobless claims. So who knows what caused this massive dip? But you can see that over the past while, we've had typically, over the past couple of months, like 300,000, 350, 360. And then it's slowly waned down to 290, 280, 269, 268. And now it's 199,000. So good morning, Charles. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. But very impressive that the initial jobless claims are so low, and we're surely going to cover this as more and more people get in the stream. I know I started covering this very early on, and there were only about 18 people in here at the time, but we will cover that again. Next thing we need to talk about, Shiny Shinyman, good morning. Good morning, Shiny. Good to see you back. And the next thing that we need to talk about is U.S. GDP, gross domestic product. This is measuring basically the inflation-adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. And we actually had a miss on this, right? Good morning, Zach Taylor and Zach Afsari. Good morning, Mr. Diamond. Yeah, you've realized what my last name is meaning in another language. Cool, man. And Luca Boom Boom, good morning to you as well. So U.S. GDP, we actually just got this released at 8:30 as well, and it was a slight miss. We were forecast to get 2.2% increase, and we actually got a 2.1% increase. So not the worst, but certainly not what we were hoping for, right? It was actually a little bit of a miss on this. So not great on the GDP, but not as bad as it could have been. And good morning, Rich M as well. The U.S. trade goods balanced. And Sarin Jarayam says, Sundial, what's happening? Shorts winning. Well, the shorts are temporarily, it looks like, in the lead, right? They have definitely taken some form of control over Sundial. So we'll see how long they can maintain it, right? I think that eventually they will have to get out, realizing that Sundial's a decent company. And thank you, NJ, for the super chat. I appreciate it. What a perfect way to start off the stream. Good morning, NJ. And Sub-Zero, is the market open Black Friday, man? Yes, it is open Black Friday. It's only Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, that it's closed. And Mercenary SWAT, good morning to you as well. And good morning, Silver. I missed you there. I missed you in between Rich and Sarin. And Friday is the big fight. The big fight, is there an MMA match I was unaware of, Silver? Is that what's going on there? I'm not sure. But not something else that came out today, U.S. goods trade balance. So this we were forecast to have, and I'll explain what this is. Basically, this is measuring the difference between imports and exports into the country in relation to the value that they have. So basically, every month, obviously, the U.S. is massively in the negative, right? We're normally importing way more goods than we're exporting, and you can see that we were forecast to import $94.9 billion worth of goods more than we were expected to export. However, we actually just had a huge beat on that number. We actually ended up only importing $82.89 billion worth of goods more than we exported. So a fairly large beat. This is actually the lowest it's been in quite a while. This is the lowest it's been ever since January 28th of 2021. So the beginning of this year is the lowest it's been since we just got it in today. So decent and impressive stuff for the U.S. goods trade balance. And hello, container ships. Hello, container ships. Yep, yep. So we'll see what happens with that. They're sitting out in the ocean, says Acorn Sucks. Yep, probably something like that. I mean, the supply chain issues probably didn't help with that. That might explain why we had such a, not a good trade balance. Obviously, we're still importing $82.89 billion worth of goods more than we're exporting, but not as bad as what was expected. And U.S. new home sales. This actually came in a little bit higher than we were thinking, which is good. We got some more homes being sold. So we were forecast to get 760,000 homes sold. We actually sold 800,000. So overall decent stuff, not too far off from the expectations. And I will very briefly, for those of you who were not in the stream for the initial minute, cover this probably the most impressive statistic of all. The initial jobless claims came in today, the lowest it's come in since 1969. So we were forecast to have 260,000 initial jobless claims, and we only had 199,000. So massive dip in the jobless claims. And you can see the chart right here measuring jobless claims, how they were fairly steady up until COVID hit. And then they spiked up huge, and we haven't quite returned to those levels until now. We actually had a much lower level than previously we used to. So you can see we had a massive dip down from the last quarter to this one, or the last month to this one. So last measurement, I should say. So yeah, very low, 199,000. You can see that way back in the beginning, we were, months and months ago, having 400,000, 385,000, 348,000. And it slowly whittled its way down to 281, 269, 267. Now it's 199. Let's see where it goes from here. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And Zach Taylor says, also people who quit or were let go for refusing the mandate are not eligible to be counted in jobless claims numbers. That probably has something to do with it, actually, come to think of it. So that probably explains. Thank you, Zach, for pointing that out. That explains why these numbers are so low. So I guess they're artificially low. I guess it's just a little manipulation in the numbers, but that's probably why the S&P. I took a look at it earlier this morning. Why the S&P isn't bumping up big off of this? Maybe people are realizing that some of these numbers are a little bit not as bullish as they seem, and the S&P is actually tipping on this news. So at 8:30, you can see initially we got the news at 8:30 right here, and we bumped up a little bit, but have since been falling. So maybe people are putting their minds to it, thinking about what could be causing these numbers to be so low, and coming to the same conclusion, Zach. Maybe that's why we're starting to fall in the S&P. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And Zach Afsari says, good luck. Don't lose your faith in Sundial. I will not lose my faith in Sundial. I've been in Sundial for a very long time. Lower than this and higher than this. So I have a lot of faith in Sundial over the long term. I think it's going to do very well. And Rich M says, I hear you. Loyalty will pay off soon. I hope so. And Shadow Girl, good morning to you as well. Welcome to the stream early today. So Acorn Sucks says, you have to actually file a claim. If you just quit and stay home, you are not part of the stats. Yeah, that's the case. Yep. So it could just be that a lot of people aren't filing the claims, or like Zach was saying, a lot of people may not be eligible to file a claim because they were laid off because of the mandates, and they're just not being counted in the numbers. So that could be it as well. But something that I did want to take a peek at was Ambition, top of the morning to you as well. Welcome back to the stream. Something that I did want to take a look at, actually, that I noticed was not just trending on StockTwits, but the number one trending and most active stock isn't a stock at all. It's Crypto.com coin. And I'm sure you guys have all heard the ads for Crypto.com. It's the one where you can get a metal card, a Visa card that you can buy and sell stuff with crypto with. So I actually just took a peek at Crypto.com and noticed that here it is, Crypto.com coin. It's most of the cryptos are actually red today. Bitcoin's down 1.2%. Binance coin is down 1.2. Ethereum is actually up 0.84. Solana is down 1.2, down 8.8% on Cardano. But then Crypto.com coin is up 20% and up 95% over the past 7 days. So I'm not sure what's been going on with this coin. I didn't even know that Crypto.com had a coin. So Jules Carlisle, my first time here. Hello all. Hello Jules. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for subscribing. And Rich M says, everyone hit your like button for Brother Rob. I would appreciate that. It looks like we have 57 viewers at the moment, 17 likes. Maybe we could get it up to 30 likes if everyone hits the like button on the stream. But back to Crypto.com coin, ticker symbol CRO. This is an interesting one. I didn't actually realize that this was a coin that was tradable. I just thought Crypto.com was maybe offering a service for a credit card. I never actually clicked on any of the ads, but I'm sure you guys have all seen the Crypto.com credit card ads. You know, the ones where they advertise a Visa card, a metal card you can use it to buy Bitcoin with, and maybe get rewards in Bitcoin, something like that. I think they say something. Their slogan is something like the best money we've ever had. That probably rings a bell for a lot of you guys. But this crypto is popping off. It's up over 20% today and almost 100% over the past 7 days. So, I mean, honestly, this just shows you what advertising can do. This thing has just been running. It's 97 cents per coin at the moment. And 3 months ago, if you bought it when they first started advertising, I don't know when exactly they first started, but if you bought it a year ago, it was at 7 cents. 3 months ago, it was at 15 cents. 1 month ago, it was at 20 cents. And it's just been running up ever since. So, I mean, this would have been a great buy a while ago if you got it even just a month ago. Even 7 days ago, it was at 49 cents. So you would have made quite a big profit. I'm not so sure if this can continue, but we'll see. It's already reaching a fairly large market cap. It's already at $24 billion worth of market cap. So who's to say what's going to happen with Crypto.com coin? But I just wanted to point out that it was an interesting coin that is up much more than all the other cryptos. In fact, most of the other cryptos are actually down or up less than 1% until you get down to spot number 20. Polygon is up 4%. But interesting stuff going on in the crypto market. So, oh yeah, so I am missing some comments, I will say, but let's see what we've got. So, GG says, "What's your take on FTM coin?" Have I heard of FTM? I don't know if I have. Let me look it up. Phantom. Okay, I've definitely not heard of this one. It looks like, what's the market cap? 5.9 billion. Phantom price today. Okay, so the past month hasn't done great. The past 3 months, it's done incredibly well. And past year, it's done really well. You've about 100x'd if you bought this thing a year ago. So, yeah, Phantom coin, I mean, maybe you could run it more. It's not at the peak market caps that we see a lot of those cryptos getting to. Around 20 billion seems to be, or maybe 30 billion if they're really hypey, seems to be where a lot of them max out before they start falling. So we're only at 6 with Phantom coin, and it's up 5% today. There is potential that it could keep running, but with these cryptos, it's tough to say what the catalysts are that get them going other than hype. I think a lot of the time it is just hype that gets these things running. So when hype wears out, which potentially it has, it looks like we have been a little bit bearish over the past month, right? We started at 296, now we're at 231. Maybe hype has run out. We'll see. And good morning, Manny C. Good morning to you. So yeah, Phantom coin, potentially a buy. It's already run up quite a bit, as have all the cryptos, I guess, over the past year. So potentially, if you like Phantom coin, if you have a reason for buying it, it could be good. But let's see. What else are people saying? So, Antics, the legend, PROG is breaking my heart. It's looking so unbelievably bearish. I regret not selling over $6. PROG, yeah, unfortunately, it did fall below 4 today. It does look a little bit more bearish after they announced that $90 million stock offering. That really started killing them. And the fact that they had been falling a bit, just due to falling off of their previous highs. They were entering a cycle that we've seen before, and if we look at the past 90 days, you can see that they typically do this, right? They typically run up quite a bit, then off the highs they fall and wane away for a period of usually a couple days a week, and then they start their next run up, and that's happened many times. Now we did actually break the pattern this time, right? Because typically they run up to new highs, then they wane away, then they run up to new highs, wane away, run up to new highs, and wane away. This time, they actually took quite a while to run up again, and they didn't run up to new highs, which is a little worrying. I've been saying it's a little worrying that they haven't run up to new highs. So yeah, they didn't quite break the highs that we got to last time. We got to 646 last time, and we got to 639 this time. So, obviously a small difference, not that much. Obviously, we got a lot more volume this time around than we did last time, but we'll see what happens with it. They are unfortunately falling quite a bit, especially off of that offering news, right? People are not happy with it. So Shadow Girl says she bought more DWAC yesterday. Nice. And Joey, good morning to you. Load the truck of DWAC, says Silver. Played long, like 2-year hold long. And Shiny Shinyman bought another big bag yesterday of DWAC. Nice. And Silver said, any stock that hasn't gone anywhere for me the past few months, I sold and dumped into DWAC. Nice. Yeah, it has fallen quite a bit. It's down to $39 per share. So it has fallen quite a bit. And we'll see how much lower it can get. Maybe it can get to 35. We'll see. It looks like it has a lot of momentum behind it, so we'll see how much it runs down, how cheap we can get it, but it's not looking bad, and potentially, if you're really into DWAC and you want to do big orders on it, I will point out that you could potentially be selling some put orders on it, some put contracts, right? Say you wanted to buy the 21st of January 22, buy 100 shares of it, you could put in a sell order on some $35 put contracts. You could collect a $6 premium at the very least, maybe somewhere in between $6.10 and $7.30, which is the bid and the ask. So maybe you could collect a $6.50 premium for doing that, and you'd essentially be buying it for under $30 if it dropped below $35 by January 21st. And if it doesn't, then otherwise you would just keep that premium and keep the $600. So it depends on how much you want to buy. But that is a potential way to enter DWAC if you think that potentially in January it'll be lower. And we'll have to see when they actually end up merging with TMTG, when they end up transitioning into TMTG, I should say. Let me see if there's any news out on that. So, TMTG stock, when will it go public? Let's see. Okay, so in early 2020, actually that's when Truth Social is expected to be available nationwide. So early 2022, but we'll see. I don't know if they've announced a specific date that they're going to transition. So we'll see. But okay, and Shiny Shinyman says Trump hinted there's going to be good news next week on Hannity. Okay, nice. That sounds very good. And DWACW, let's see what that's at. I haven't taken a peek at that in a while. This is another way to get your hands on some cheaper DWAC. Just add 11.25 to the price, or 11.50 to the price of DWACW, and that's essentially what you'll be paying to buy DWAC if you exercise these warrants. So that is another option. And Rich M said, I heard February 21st, 2022. Nice. Well, hopefully. Oh, that would be cool. That would be very cool. Is that when Truth Social goes public, or is that when DWAC becomes TMTG? What are you talking about, Rich M? And Paul Stevenson says, Matt is down. Could be a big day for you today. MATT is what is Matt? Is Matt not a ticker symbol? MET? No. What was the metamaterials? MMAT. That's it. Metamaterials. Yeah. Metamaterials. A potential another potential options play on metamaterials. You know, it's starting to look pretty juicy. Selling these January 21st call options. You can get quite a big premium for selling those. So we'll see. I mean, it has fallen quite a bit over the past couple of days. And, you know, if you think the downtrend will continue, then, Matt Core is not streaming today, says Paul Stevenson. Interesting. I mean, we'll see how many people from Matt Cores end up coming over here. I don't know. We'll see. It's possible, but I think that we might be catering to slightly different audiences. I've not actually watched much Matt Cores, but what happened with Matt? Is he down for any specific reason, or what's the deal with him? And I will point out, guys, it's been several minutes since I've last pointed this out. So we've got 70 viewers in the stream, 36 likes. Actually, we have 69 viewers. Let's try to keep it there. But we have 36 likes. Maybe we could get it up to 45. That would only be 7 more likes? It seems doable. It seems doable to me. But let me try doing a little screener on FinViz. So we'll see what we can find with a FinViz screener. I haven't done this in a bit, but I am curious what we would find, what some of the top performing stocks are. And that should get us something pretty good. Okay. So on the NASDAQ, technical is up. Okay. And the price, I think we have to set the price as well under $50. Let's see. Well, FinViz is not quite working as I had hoped. I don't know why. Filters, it says 0. Oh, I guess because the day hasn't started. That's right. I haven't used FinViz for the pre-market in a long time. That's why this isn't quite working right, but too bad. When the market actually opens, then we'll do a nice screener. But in the meantime, I'll just set some parameters. And Charles says, let's go, boys. Smash that like button for this man's. I appreciate that. In fact, we're almost to 50 likes. We only need 3 more. So if anyone wants to be the last 3 people to hit the like button, then that would be appreciated. So we'll see if we can do it. Now let's check Ortex. I haven't checked Ortex yet today. I did want to see what was going on with Sundial, if we had some more shorts coming in, or what was the deal. So ever so slightly positive short interest change. All right, plus 0.65%. Although it looks like the short interest share count wise is getting lower and lower. It looks like shorts are slowly exiting Sundial, because this was at, I think, 320 million yesterday. Now it's at 307. I guess towards the end of the day, potentially some shorts ended up covering. And now a couple of shorts are coming back in today. So plus 0.65% short interest change-wise. But we've only got 307 million shares short left. So it has been decreasing a bit. That was up at 350 million not that long ago. Some of the shorts who were in this potentially at higher levels, like at $90 or something, or 90 cents. Some of those shorts may have been covering. Now that we've gotten down below 70, they might realize that that's going to be a tough level to keep us down below. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And Alvaro Coloco says, happy trading, team. Good luck to all of us. Good luck to everyone. Yep, for sure. And what's happening with PLTR? Why is it going down, says JP. Palantir, let's see what happens, or let's see what just happened with it. I've not taken a peek at Palantir yet today, so it is going down a bit in the pre-market. Not that much, though. But let's see. Is it going down? Oh, yeah, more over the long term. So it looks like they had a cruddy earnings call. And, yeah, they lost a little bit more than expected. There must have been some bad revenue or increased costs associated with it. And since then, it looks like they've been dipping. So let's see. It looks like Kathy Woods was actually just buying some. So she was buying some as of 9:03 this morning. They just announced that Kathy Woods bought some Palantir. And they're positioned for continued results. Okay, so what's that mean? Palantir is down more than 10% year to date, despite reaching profitability and continually guiding for revenue growth of 30% or greater throughout 2025. We are building products that we have come to see are at least 5 years ahead, maybe a decade ahead, Palantir co-founder and CEO Alex Karp said Tuesday on CNBC's Squawk Box. So it sounds like maybe some people are just dumping this talk just because it's a trader's move, potentially. Also, the earnings, when did this come out? The 9th. So as of the 23rd, though, the CEO was trying to hype the stock up. Maybe we got a little bit of a boost when he did. But we'll see. I mean, Palantir over the past year hasn't been doing great. Maybe 2 years ago they were doing better. Yeah, so they did run up quite a bit from around 10 to 20 something. But now they are falling a little bit. But it could be the case that we'll find some support at $20. That's the hope, right? $20 seems like a level where we could definitely find some support. Strong psychological level for Palantir. We'll see. This could actually be not too bad of a buy. Let's see what the options look like on it. So okay, nothing crazy expensive on the options, unfortunately. If there were, then it could be a good buy to sell calls on. But as of right now, decent buy. It was, to be fair, it was up at above $27 right before earnings. So potentially it could get close to those levels again in the nearest future. Maybe towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, that could be good. And Nick Hood says people selling for a loss for taxes. Yeah, tax loss harvesting. Yeah, I've been doing some of that lately. I've been selling some of the losers over the year just to get the tax bill down a little bit. It's still probably going to be pretty big, but whatever. Okay, and Kevin Spacey lost half his fortune. More rich folks going down. Very possible. If Dems move higher tax strategy for New Year, folks will sell hard. Yeah, I would not like to see higher taxes, that's for sure. I certainly would not like that. And Paul Blackford, good morning. Can you please check Ortex for PHUN? I certainly can. All right, so PHUN. Let's see what we've got. Short interest-wise, wow. Okay, so I'm going to want to see the chart for this too. So it looks like they are stagnant in after hours, but looks like some more shorts are coming into PHUN. We're up 7% short interest change wise, up to overall, honestly, not the highest short interest percentage of the free float, only 5.84%, but 5.41 million shares are short. So quite a few short interest shares there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. So some shorts are definitely entering PHUN. It looks like they're hoping that it will move lower, or at least trying to get it to move lower, maybe to strengthen some of their initial short positions. They might be trying to push this one down because they've already got some short positions on it. So Nina Dell, is BBIG done? I was taking a peek at BBIG yesterday, and unfortunately, it's not the best story that we've caught for it, right? Bad earnings call. They had bad earnings, down quite a bit on that news. They were down about 20% yesterday. And we'll see, right? The CEO obviously sounded very bullish on the stock when he was doing the earnings call. It's his job to sound bullish. He doesn't want the stock price to go down, though. So, take his word with a grain of salt. But we've still got the Cryptide dividend coming out. So we'll see how much it can pump when the Cryptide dividend is about to release. We'll see if people start buying the stock up. I mean, the last time people thought that the dividend was about to come out, we got up to looks like highs of we got above $9. So I mean, obviously that's going to be tough to do at this point, considering where we are now. It would be tough to get back up there because when we did pump up the last time, we were still above 5, and now we're just barely above 3. So we'll see what happens with BBIG. But potentially, looking at the BBIG options, let's see if there wouldn't be a good sell on December 17th. I think December 27th might be when those options are, or sorry, when the dividend is coming out. I forget the exact date, but I don't know if they've actually announced the exact date. I think they just said around December 27th. So it might not be a bad idea to sell some put options on it. Potentially collect a premium. You'd essentially be locking yourself in if we were below $3 to buy it at 260. So it might not be a bad idea. I might take a peek at doing that trade today. We'll see. Potentially I will. Potentially I won't. It looks like as we sit, we're around 306. So maybe I might do that. I'll see what happens with it. It could be a good sell on those options. So Rocky Mountain Gobblers, good morning. And Elon sold more stocks, says Acorn Sucks. Yeah, I heard he sold more stock, but then he actually exercised more options. So let me see if I can pull up this story. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see what we can find on Elon. So here we go. Let's see if this is going to work for us. So, okay. So Elon Musk sold another 934,000 shares of Tesla worth $1.05 billion, and then exercised options to buy 2.15 million shares. So he ended up having more shares than he sold, but he did tweet that he would sell 10% of his stock, and since then he sold 9.2 million shares worth about $9.9 billion. Last Tuesday he sold another 934,000 shares to meet tax withholding obligations related to the exercise of stock options. All right. So there you go. He has sold the stock, but also exercised some options. So, Shiny Shinyman. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to you all, especially to you, Rob. I'm grateful for your channel. I'm grateful for your comment, Shiny Shinyman. Thank you very much. You've been with us a long time, so I appreciate you too. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And Abstract, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome back to the stream. Diamond Joe, talking about a Black Friday sale. Yeah, for real. A lot of these stocks are dropping a bit. And Joey Sullag, Rob Amazy, have you heard this? Just saw the email on my eToro account. eToro will be limiting ADA and TRX for users in the US. These US users will no longer be able to open new positions in or receive staking rewards for Cardano and Tron. I have not heard about that, but hold up. Joseph Agnello, thank you for the super chat. And he says, good morning, Rob. We need green today bad. I certainly agree. I think that it would be excellent if we could end the week Well, and you know the early week, the pre-Thanksgiving week, green, and it looks like on Sundial and PROG we are getting what you're wishing for, Joseph. So hopefully it will stay this way. It looks like everything is green. BBIG, which we have on two screens for some reason. I'll move this one to DWAC. DWAC a little red actually. DWAC red. Everything else is green though. BBIG, PROG, and Sundial. So we'll see what happens with it. But we are looking at the first bell of the day, or the first bar of the day, right after the opening bell. So, but Joey, eToro limiting ADA and TRX, that could explain why I think that some of those cryptos were down today. So yeah, Cardano down 9.54%, and where's TRX? So yeah, let me pull up the cryptos real quick just to show you. Cardano, where did that go? So here it is. Cardano ADA down 9.45% over the past 24 hours. And TRX, where did that one go? It's not as big of a crypto, but TRX Tron down 5.5%. So scary stuff, especially for Cardano. I know that was a pretty big one that a lot of people were actually in. So abstract, where's Sundial now? It's sitting at 67 cents, 67.5 cents. We're actually up 0.37% on the day. It looks like we've gotten some green early on. We'll see if that can continue. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. We'll hopefully end the day in a big green way right before Thanksgiving. People are going to want to be buying up whatever products they'll need to eat as much turkey and stuffing as possible. So it's possible that Sundial will be getting a little boost on those expectations. We'll see, though. We'll see. It looks like, the first two bars have been green for Sundial. Not the case for PROG or any other stock. In fact, Sundial is the only one that has the first two bars green. We'll see if the third one can remain green. And Silver says, last few months, the celebrity selling tons of assets, building cash reserves. Yeah, potentially like what, I forget who exactly it was. Nick Hood, I think it was, said tax loss harvesting. So a lot of people selling their losers. I certainly was doing that a little bit yesterday. I was selling a couple of my losers just to lower the tax bill. Sundial, it looks like we got a little bit of a red bar. Well, a pretty big red bar. We'll see. We've still got 17 seconds left to end it, but it looks like it's a fairly significant red bar, bringing us down to where we opened today. We'll see. We got 7 seconds left. It's really fighting to get pushed back up, which would actually be very nice if it did, but it's looking like that might not be the case. So, all right, we didn't lose everything. We're still up on the day, but that bar took us a little bit lower than we were hoping for. So Silver says BHP multiple mergings. Check news. And Antonio de Antonio says, happy turkey, everyone. It's my B-Day on Thanksgiving, so thank you for celebrating. Oh, for sure, Antonio. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. That is interesting. That's an interesting day to have your birthday on. I guess it's a double excuse for everyone to get together. So good for you. That sounds fun. You always get a nice meal on your birthday. Oh, all right. So it looks like, I will just point out, Bitcoin down 1.5%. It looks like, for those of you who are new to the stream, it looks like we've got some new people in since I last discussed this. But Bitcoin is down quite a bit, down 1.5%. The only crypto that's doing incredibly well is Crypto.com coin, CRO. It's up 16% on the day and 90% over the past 7 days. So I'm sure you guys have heard those ads, Crypto.com, a metal card, a Visa card, buy crypto with it and get rewards in crypto, something like that. The best money we've ever had. That's it. Yep, that's the ad for Crypto.com. So it's interesting to see that their coin is doing very well all of a sudden. And we were looking at it a little bit earlier today. But over the past month, they've gone from 20 cents to 95 cents per coin. So if you were in this a month ago, then you were up quite a bit on Crypto.com coin, which is surprising. I'm not sure what use it is, what good it does anyone, but we'll see. And now Sundial is starting to take a little bit of a dip. We're down 0.45, we're down 1% on the day. Looks like some sellers, maybe some shorts are coming into Sundial. Let's check the Ortex and see what we've got. If there are a bunch more shorts. No, it's not that many more shorts than there were too long ago. It looks like this might just be some sellers coming in. Who knows? Down to 66 cents per share on Sundial. We'll see if that could act as some kind of support for us. We are getting a bit of a bounce off of it. We'll see what happens on this bar. We're certainly getting a lot of volume on it, considering that it's 450,000 and we're only 20 seconds into this bar. But But we'll see. A lot of people are probably trying to keep Sundial from being pushed down below the lows of yesterday. So we'll see. We're fighting with the lows of yesterday. We didn't start that much higher than them, so we didn't have far to go before we were hitting them. But around 66 cents, it looks like people are trying to form a little bit of a support for Sundial. So we'll see what happens at it. Might not be much of a support, but DWAC starting to turn around. It looks like we got that initial red bar and have since been climbing. So good for that. And BBIG continuing to fall down 5% on the day. And I will take a peek at those BBIG options because I was curious. So with BBIG, you could be selling some options. You could be selling some options pretty soon. If we got a little bit cheaper, then the options would only get a little more enticing. So Joey Salag says, would ADA still be a good investment? It's tough to say with the cryptos, because they don't really do anything. For the most part, they don't really do anything. I think a lot of people are selling Cardano now, ADA, because they're no longer able to stake the coins, at least on, I forget which brokerage it was, eToro, yeah. So if they can't stake their coins, then they kind of just have to sit on the coins, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to collect the interest, so it's tough to say. What we'll see with ADA, but I don't know. I've not bought any Cardano before. If I were to buy cryptos, and the cryptos that I have bought are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, and Dogecoin, and I haven't held all that much of the Shiba Inu and Dogecoin after they pumped. The Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think I'll hold over the long term. They seem like more stable ones, more long-term coins, but the Cardano, I don't know. I can't tell if that's just a hyped up coin or what, but you can see down about 10% on the day, down 15% over the past week. And understandable, right? A lot of the cryptos are down quite a bit. Dogecoin is down 10% over the past week as well. Shiba Inu down 21% over the past week. We're down 10% with Shiba Inu today. I know a lot of people were hyping up about it, but it is just continuing to fall. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Shiba Inu, unfortunately. And Flux4 says, in Canada, we have a TFSA tax-free savings account. You can contribute $68,000 with any profits for growth tax-free. Do Americans have this? I don't know if we've got that. That's interesting. A growth-free tax-free savings account. You can contribute $68,000 with any profits for growth tax-free, so you don't have to then pay taxes on whatever you contribute. That's interesting. I think we have something similar. I think it's potentially just a regular IRA. I think is or maybe it's a Roth IRA. No. The Roth IRA is you put money in there that you have paid taxes on already, and then you don't have to pay taxes on it when you take it out, and that's actually a stock account. So the regular IRA, I think you don't pay taxes on that money, and you trade with it and whatnot. You invest it, and then when you reach a certain age, you can take it out, but you do have to pay taxes, I believe. So there's multiple options for that. And Joey Salag says eToro is moving it to a wallet if you have one. It's only eToro doing this, from what I can find. Yeah. Sounds like not everyone is going to get rid of Cardano, but I'm not sure why they're doing it. I thought Cardano was a big deal. I can't imagine why eToro would decide to do that, but I guess they have decided it, and that's what they're doing. So Anashtara B says the whole market is dipping. Yeah, no kidding. It's all dipping. Look at the S&P right here. We're down 0.5%. Tech companies are down 1%. So it's not looking great. And if we take a peek at SQQQ, it looks like we're up to 637 on SQQQ. So yeah, We've definitely not been doing good with the markets. The VIX is up. The VIX is continuing to climb. We're up 5% on the VIX, the volatility index. So the dollar is actually up as well, which is typically what you see when stocks get a little bit cheaper. The dollar goes up. People are wanting more cash on hand. And DWAC up 3%. It looks like we've had a nice recovery since the close, or since the close of the first bell at least. We've had a nice recovery. So we've just been moving up with DWAC. Good stuff. And let me pull up Sundial again. We'll see what Sundial is doing. So it looks like we've stagnated around 66 cents. So around the lows of yesterday, we have found some support. Hopefully that will hold itself and we won't continue falling. But PROG, it looks like down about 5% on the day. Obviously, it's going to be tough for PROG to come back. Looks like they are bouncing off of $4. And Whirlza Rizvi says SafeMoon will be the best. Bottom left chart, asks Silver. I believe that's DWAC. Bottom left right here. I'm pretty sure that I see the bottom left chart. But Whirlza says SafeMoon will be the best. Maybe. I mean, it's an interesting idea that SafeMoon has. I don't know. Oh, Silver asks what the bottom left chart. DWAC is the bottom left chart. This is DWAC. Yeah, there we go. DWAC in the bottom left. So, but as for SafeMoon, I'm not so sure. I mean, SafeMoon's an interesting one. Let me see. Let's see if they have SafeMoon listed on crypto.com. Okay, so SafeMoon number 210. Yeah, so currently, all right, we'll pull up the SafeMoon chart. For those of you who haven't heard, SafeMoon is a coin that was getting hyped up quite a bit, and the idea behind it is that you buy into this, and then I think if you want to sell it, then you have to pay a 10% fee, and it rewards people holding it, because then that 10% fee goes, part of it gets burned, I believe, and the other part goes to holders of the coin. It gets split between them, so you're constantly increasing your coin holdings. But I think some people were saying it's kind of like a pyramid scheme or something. I'm not entirely sure what people were saying, but it's got a $1.75 billion market cap. So we'll see. I mean, it could keep going up. So what's the deal with it? Let me see. So SafeMoon is how it's secured. Where can you buy? Does it have any information about the burning? I'm curious. Okay, well, it looks like can't find anything about the burning of it, but we'll see. Yeah, well, they've been doing pretty well, is the point, over the past year. Since inception, they have increased quite a bit. They certainly got hyped up right after inception. They were very high in price, but we'll see. And Shadow Girl says, I think Trump said that the news is coming next week. As I remember, that could be why DWAC is moving up today. It's up 1.89%. So we'll see what happens with it. But PROG down 6.5%. Sundial down 1.4%. Still holding that 66-cent support. So good stuff on Sundial. And BBIG is down 4.79%. Not that bad. Not that bad, considering how much momentum they had behind them from their earnings. Honestly, they could be down quite a bit more on BBIG. That would not be good for them, but maybe it looks like they might be slowing the fall. We'll see. We'll see. Most of this happened in after hours. A little bit happened in the first couple bars of the market, but we'll see. Let's see. We've got actually 69 likes, so really the perfect amount. I will not request more likes. We have exactly as many as we're meant to. So we'll leave it at that. But for those of you who are new to the stream, I will go over some of the interesting economic data that we were covering very early on. An abstract says Dogelon Mars is the next SHIB. Maybe. Let me see. Is that even a tradable coin? So Dogelon Mars, ticker symbol Elon. Okay, we'll pull this up. Looks like it's taken a little dip today. It's down about 13% on the day, but $737 million market cap. Oh, and it's up pretty big over the past 3 months. It looks like it's up quite a bit. So we've had this coin around for a while, I suppose, and just recently it started spiking up. Yeah, it very well could be very low market cap. At 737 million, it could certainly, if it really took to the internet, it could get pumped up quite a bit. It could. Sorry, it's on crypto. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Abstract. And FlexForce, Motley Fool, aka Clowns, just posted a positive article about Sundial. No new news, but good press is a plug, says FlexForce. That's nice. That's nice. Even though Motley Fool, I don't really listen to him that much. but I'm glad to hear that they're reporting positively on Sundial, and Abstract is holding some Elon just in case. Might not be a bad idea, honestly. Might not be a bad idea to throw $1,000 into or something, just a little bit into Elon, and hope that it becomes a big pumper. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. PROG might be reversing. It looks like we're getting a bit of a green bar right there. And Sundial still holding strong at 66. We're going to see if we can't bounce off of it. Hopefully, we'll bounce off instead of getting pushed down below. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. Now, as for the news that came out today, we actually had some good news coming out, though potentially, manipulated news. We'll look at this, though. The U.S. initial jobless claims report came out at 8:30 this morning, and we were forecast to have 260,000 additional initial jobless claims, and instead we actually had 199,000, which is the lowest number reported since 1969. So very low, and you can see it's even beating out the pre-pandemic lows by quite a bit. So it was pointed out that a reason that this is potentially so low is because a lot of the vaccine mandate firings, people aren't being counted as jobless because of those. They may not count. And in addition, you have to file for this. So a lot more people might just not be filing for initial jobless claims than we're doing it in the past. So, but you can see, breaking news, claims for U.S. jobless benefits plunged to lowest since 1969. So it is relatively low, at least on the scale that they're using to measure it. But you would think that would be boosting up the markets a little bit more. In addition, GDP was reported on today at 8:30. We were forecast to have a 2.2% GDP growth, and we only had 2.1%, so a little bit worse than we thought, but still very close, and still higher than the previous month where we had 2.0% growth in GDP. So not bad. The U.S. trades good balance. And Zach Taylor said, well, hold up. We got a couple of comments, but Abstract says, not 1,000, I'm a pleb, I gotcha. And Good Taste CLO says, anything under $1. I'm guessing that's in response to what's a good price to buy Sundial at. Yeah, we'll take a peek at Sundial in a minute, but Silver says, I stopped with the Motley Fool, Zach Ratings, Seeking Alpha, Fortune, Wall Street Journal, and Business Insider. Yeah, a lot of them are a bunch of nonsense, but every now and then you hear about something interesting. And Zach Taylor says, how do we miss the KTTA run yesterday? Good grief, 200+%. Wow, let's take a peek at that real quick. Also, DWAC up over 5%. So good stuff there. And it looks like it's down about 25% now, but let's see. Yeah, it did. It did definitely boost up a ton from 218 to highs of 8.5. So really cool. Yeah, almost a 4x, almost a 4. Yeah, really cool. What happened with KTTA? It looks like most of that was in the pre-market though, or after hours also maybe. So yeah, it looks like KTTA was running up huge. Now it's down a bit, so we'll see what happens with it. But therapeutics company, let's see. Halts on circuit breaker. Yeah, all right. Well, that's interesting. Let's pull DWAC back up before we continue with the economic news. Let's see. Where did we have it? We had the goods trade balance. Now, this is an interesting one. So the goods trade balance is basically measuring the difference between imports and exports, whatever we import, and the value of the goods that we import and the value of the goods that we export. So we are always forecast and always have a very high negative number because we always import way more goods than we export. We're always in a massive trade deficit in the U.S. here. We don't send out many goods, unfortunately. We always import a lot more goods. So we were forecast this month to import $94 billion worth of goods more than we exported. And it actually came in a little bit better than that, right? 94 billion, obviously a very high number. The previous month, we imported $97 billion worth of goods more than we exported. But in reality, this month, we only imported, we only had a miss, or rather, we only imported $82.89 billion worth of goods more than we exported. So not as bad as we were thinking, but still, we're importing a ton more than we export. Very scary stuff for the U.S., the fact that we do that and that the forecast was so high, but not only the forecast, but the actual numbers, even though we beat the forecast by quite a bit, that the actual numbers were so high. So scary stuff on that. And the last thing that we had to say about the U.S. data that just came out is U.S. new home sales. U.S. new home sales forecast to be 760,000 new home sales, and we actually ended up getting 800,000 new home sales. So we beat that a little bit. We had a couple new homes being sold, a couple more than were expected. And in 10 minutes, we are, what is it that we're getting? Oh, shoot, actually, hold up. The new home sales, I'm reading you guys the numbers from last month. Sorry, those are the last month numbers. So we are forecast to have 800,000 new home sales today, and the new numbers are coming out in 10 minutes. At 10 o'clock, we'll have the new home sale numbers. So we'll see what happens with those. But that'll be interesting to see. So the new home sale numbers will be coming out soon, and we'll take a peek at those as soon as they're out in 10 minutes. All right. So what did we missed? An abstract Artemis, Sundial shorts suck, man. Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. Yeah, you can see there's about 307 million shares short at the moment, about 15% of the free float. Pretty high utilization, 98.2% utilization as estimated by Ortex. So, yeah, there sure are a lot of shorts. Sure are a lot of shorts. In abstract, just refinanced his house. Very nice. Yeah, now's a good time to do it. They're all worth a lot more on the books than they were quite a while ago. So very nice. And Zach Taylor says Elon is officially halfway into his dump. So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. He still has about 5%, I guess, of his Tesla stock to sell. And it looks like Sundial dipped below 66 very briefly and is now bouncing back up. So that's very good. That's good to see. Hopefully we'll get into the green today. Right now we're down about 0.8% on Sundial, but we'll see. And Shadow Girl is still dreaming. Shadow Girl still dreaming. All right. And Silver says, I like Sundial at 65 to 70 cents. Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at right now. It looks like we just had a little bit of a bounce off of near 65. So very close to it, yeah. I certainly like Sundial at this price. Sundial is definitely looking good. Let's see what the Sundial options are. Let's see what the options are looking like. So, not a ton to sell December 27th. Not a huge premium you could collect there, but you could get a little premium. I guess at 10%, just about a little bit less than 10%. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. All right. So, lower cost of living, implement strategies into daily routines, adapt sales when winds of change occur. Says Silver. Smart AA. Yeah, definitely. I think lower cost of living is definitely a goal to strive for. That's a lot of people struggle with it, right? You can have a pretty low cost of living, and then if you get a raise or promotion or whatever, get a new job, you end up starting to spend a little bit more money. That lifestyle inflation, that hits hard sometimes. A lot of people that ends up hitting, and that's what does people in. Stretch your dollars. Silver says, yep, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And Samson Wang, are you still holding your DWAC? No, we've been covering this the past couple of days we've discussed. I sold late in the after hours on Friday. When I saw we dropped below the 55 support, I noticed it in the after hours on Friday, and I thought we could be dipping further. So I ended up selling around 51. And if we do get back up, if we probably get back up above, if we start rising quite a bit, which we are actually, we're up a little bit today, probably around 44 is where I might like to re-enter if we can show enough strength, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with DWAC today. I'm not so sure we're done with the fall. We are doing pretty well at the moment. We're up 3.91%. We'll see what happens with it. But that'll be one that I don't want to be out of too long, because any second now, any minute, any day, Trump could say something about it. And I think some people were saying, even today in the chat, something that Trump was hinting at good news on Hannity when he was on last night. So it could be coming soon. It could be coming soon. So, and Abstracts has lowered its house payment by $200 and paid off most of the credit cards with the refi. Nice. Yeah, the credit cards are killers. The interest rates they charge on credit cards, that's crazy stuff. It's very high. Like 18 or 20%. I don't know if it's 18 or 20% per month or per year, but very high stuff. And NJ, I believe Sundial is a bit smarter than this. From a psychological standpoint, I'd allow shorts to hit hard before repurchasing stock in order to lay the biggest hurt possible on shorts. A combination. Yeah, that could be. that could be. I mean, I think shorts have definitely overextended themselves. If you look at the past year, or this is I guess the past 180 days. Look at the past 90 days. Let's do past year, right? Sundial has been, obviously this good news. This was the initial pump up, and I think that if we didn't have so many shorts trying to keep this thing down, if shorts ended up maybe even covering again like they should have, at least some of them, then I think we would have been just moving up past $1. Instead, this thing just got pushed down. A lot of shorts, a lot of bearish pressure. Obviously, some profit takers, sure. But I think that this should have kept running up quite a bit. So we'll see. And Luca Boom Boom says, I think I'll be watching you more. I've been watching Matt. Well, I would appreciate that. And yeah, Matt Kors, I believe you're talking about. I guess he's not streaming today. And someone was saying maybe I would get some more viewers because Matt's not here today. I'm not sure why Matt isn't streaming. But I've not watched Matt too often. I've watched some of his videos every now and then. I think I noticed him actually because he's posting on Rumble. He posts his videos on Rumble too, as do I. But yeah, I would appreciate that if a couple extra people were visiting the channel, visiting the streams. It's nice to have you guys here. And let's see. Silver says high interest rates due in 30 days. Take advantage of 6 or 12 months no interest offers. Yeah, I think if you can lock in those low interest rates now, get a fixed rate mortgage. That's not a bad idea. So let's see. Abstract. Yeah, I stupidly got myself into almost 20K in credit card debt in the past 5 years. Still have some of a balance, but 0% interest until December 2022. Nice. Yeah, that's free money if you got zero interest. So that's not a bad thing at all. If that's all you've got. So good thing. Good work on that. Good work getting yourself out of that debt too. And Worlds Rizvi says, hit more likes, please. That would be appreciated if we could maybe get up to 80 likes. We've got 75, so if anyone wants to be one of the 5 people to get us up to 80, that would be appreciated. We'll see if we can do it. We'll see what we can do. And OCUP is today's banger. I noticed OCUP on StockTwits. I recognized that it was one of the top trenders right here. It was actually below Crypto.com when I first looked. But Crypto.com coin has now overtaken it. OCUP, though, Ocufear Pharma, is up 43% on the day. Number 2 most trending on StockTwits. So OCUP up 40%. Yeah, it looks like most of that was in the pre-market today. Looks like what happened with them? FDA approval or something like that? Okay, company shares are trading higher after the company announced that the first subjects have been enrolled in the MIRA-3 Phase 3 pivotal trial evaluating Nyxol eye drops in the reversal of pharmacologically induced mydriasis. So interesting, pharmacologically induced mydriasis. That's interesting, but regardless, good news for them. And Charles says, PROG is getting slammed. Is there a chance of a rebound or just get out now before it's too late? Well, we'll take a peek. It is down 7% on the day, and it's tough to say with these share offerings. It's tough to say what's going to happen with PROG stock. It's tough to say. We are breaking below 4. There is obviously a chance of a rebound, right? If we could get up above 4, this has happened before in the past with other price levels. Sometimes you can see we would break below 3, and then we would rebound earlier or later on in the day. It's tough to say, though. I mean, we've already done that once with $4, and then it looks more so like we're getting bounced off. We are actually currently at the low of yesterday, so if there ever were a time where we would reverse course, this could be it. But over the past 30 days, let's see what we got. Yeah, there's some support at 370. There's some support, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, I'll say, for PROG. It's looking like over the next bit, right? Obviously, with PROG, we'll take a peek at the shorts. There's still a ton of shorts in PROG stock. So it depends on if you're looking for short-term or long-term. I don't think PROG is done. I think that a lot of people are still trying to squeeze the shorts out of PROG. There's still about 18 million shares short on PROG. And if we take a peek at the options, we've got the December call options populating for PROG Stock. Or, yeah, there we go. We got the December options populating, but it has been pushed down quite a bit. So the shorts are obviously in the money a little bit compared to, where they were. They were probably down on a bit of money. There aren't as many call options for December as there were for November. Granted, we haven't actually had, we haven't gotten as close yet. There's still a lot of time that people have to be purchasing these options up. So we could potentially see maybe another little gamma squeeze like we saw on the Friday leading into the close. We saw a little bit of a squeeze on PROG, but it's going to be tough over the next couple of days right after the offering, and we'll see. I'm not sure when the actual offering, when they start selling the shares. I don't know if they announced exactly when the shares are being sold. I just know it's a $90 million offering. So it's tough with PROG. You got to make that decision if you want to be in or out of it. If you want to watch it really closely, maybe you get out and then you watch for when it starts to rise, because right now it looks like we're in a little bit of a downtrend. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be waiting until I start seeing it rise again before I get back in. So it's up to you. And Abstract lost his job last year and took out a few loans on the credit cards. Been working since June of 20 and been able to get the refi saved you financially. Very nice, very nice. And you deliver for Amazon when I have some free time, but I've been working on making my music career and live streaming on YouTube. Having technical difficulties, though, for the streams. Yeah, I've been lucky. I've not had technical difficulties, not too many, at least, with the streams. I think, I don't think any technical difficulties on the streams, at least. Sometimes the videos, one time I was recording, there was no audio. That would be bad for you if you're doing music, because the audio is probably the main part, but... And Silver says, Stimmy check news. YouTube been cutting folks off at the knees lately. What do you mean? Is there news for another stimulus check? I don't know about that. Okay, so CBS actually just posted this article. So let's pull this up and we'll see what CBS is saying about what's behind the push for a fourth stimulus check. So, CBS right here, what's behind the push for a fourth stimulus check? Let's see. The IRS has issued more than 169 million payments in the third round of direct stimulus aid, with more than 2 million people in July receiving the $1,400 checks, but some lawmakers are pushing for a fourth round of stimulus aid that would effectively send recurring payments until the pandemic ends. And this article, by the way, was posted about 2.5 hours ago. So this is not some old news article. This is right now that people are talking about this. So far, the federal response to the economic crisis caused by the coronavirus pandemic has paid out $3,200 to eligible adults, $1,200 under the Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Securities Act, and $600 in December in a relief measure, and $1,400 under the American Rescue Plan signed in March by Joe Biden. Despite that financial assistance, millions of Americans remain in financial distress, and the spread of the Delta variant is creating new economic headwinds. Almost 1/4 of Americans struggle to pay their household expenses in the previous week, according to new census survey data that polled the people during the last 2 weeks of August. The unemployment rate stands at 5.2%, still higher than its pre-pandemic level of 3.5%. Well, that might be changing soon now that they just announced much lower jobless claims. So 199,000. I don't know. That could be a real pushing point for politicians to say, look, we don't need another stimulus check. We have much lower jobless data than we have even since 1969. This is the lowest we've gotten, even if the number is a little bit fudged based off of how they calculate it. Who knows? That could definitely be something that they use to push the idea of stimulus checks away. And let's see. Uncertainty and hesitancy may ultimately lead to a more slow-burning recovery from here than our baseline assumes, wrote Ben May, director of global macro research at Oxford Economics in the report. At the same time, 9.1 million people lost enhanced unemployment benefits on Labor Day when the federal benefits expired. That will wipe out about $5 billion in weekly benefits that had been flowing to unemployed workers, aid that supported those working in paying for groceries, rent, and other essentials. So when was Labor Day? Labor Day was not that long ago. Labor Day. So it was... when in 2021 was it? It was September 6th. So it was a couple months ago. It was a couple months ago then. So this has been a while, actually, that people haven't been getting enhanced unemployment benefits. All right. For many people, in short, the latest round of $1,400 checks is gone, even as other pandemic stimulus is coming to an end, an issue that is on the minds of many Americans who continue to struggle with joblessness and a weak labor market. Indeed, more than 2.8 million people have signed a Change.org petition. Let's see, we'll open that in a new tab, started last year, that calls on lawmakers to pass legislation for recurring $2,000 monthly payments. Wow. So, that's interesting. And Abstract Artemis says, Clayton Morris at Morning Invest is always talking about stimulus. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of people. And Abstract says, my technical difficulties are all audio related. And B Bubby says, B-Baby, I guess. Let's have PHUN up. Well, let's see what PHUN is doing. PHUN is up 0.89%. And Sundial sticking around 66 cents. We haven't taken a peek at the stocks in a minute, but I do want to get back to the potential stimulus news. Let's see. So it looks like this petition that we'll pull up in a second is calling on lawmakers to pass legislation for recurring $2,000 monthly payments. I know that a lot of people would not mind getting those payments. I mean, if they were offering them to me, I would take them. But some lawmakers have picked up the idea. 21 senators, all Democrats, signed a March 30 letter to Mr. Biden in support of recurring stimulus payments, pointing out that the $1,400 payment being distributed by the IRS won't tide people over for long. So that was, when was that? Signed a March 30th letter. So that was a long time ago. And this is a quote, almost 6 in 10 people say the $1,400 payments set to be included in the rescue package will last them less than 3 months, the senators wrote in the letter. So, meanwhile, some states are creating their own form of stimulus checks. About 2/3 of California residents are likely to qualify for a Golden State stimulus check via a new effort from Governor Gavin Newsom. That effort will provide $600 for low and middle income residents who have filed their 2020 tax returns. Okay. So I think the 600 is only a one-time thing, though. I don't think it's a recurring. That's what it seems to be. We can take a peek at the Golden State stimulus and see what it says. Florida and parts of Texas have authorized bonuses for teachers to help offset the impact of the pandemic, and the letter from the U.S. senators doesn't specify how large are the payments they are seeking, but a separate effort from Democratic lawmakers in January pushed for $2,000 monthly checks until the pandemic ends. Instead, the American Rescue Plan authorized $1,400 for each eligible adult and dependent. All right. So let's check out this petition for $2,000 a month. It looks like they're looking for 3 million signatures, and so far 2,968,280 people have signed. So it's not that tough to sign the petition. It looks like a lot of people have signed it. And the petition says, our country is deeply struggling. The recovery hasn't reached many Americans. The true unemployment rate for low-wage workers is estimated at over 20%, and many people face large debts from last year for things like utilities, rent, and childcare. These are all reasons that checks need to be targeted to people who are still struggling, and that Congress needs to learn from this past year. It took 9 months for Congress to send a second stimulus check, and just moments to spend it. Moving forward, Congress needs to make recurring checks automatic if certain triggers are met. No more waiting around for our government to send the help we need. Sign it to join our movement to get recurring checks to the people. So, Rich M says, go back to work and checks will start sooner. Yeah, I think that could help. But let me do a little poll. I'm curious. Brent Walmsley says, stop demanding government money. Here's the solution. Go back to work. And Silver says, the Andrew Yang 1K month stimmy I like. Abstract says, I used my last stimulus check to invest. That's when I started in March. Been a wild ride. Hot feels like years. Yeah, for real. That's how investing can be. But let me create a poll. I'm curious, guys. Do you support recurring or additional stimulus checks? And we'll have a couple of options in there. And also, NJ, thank you for the super chat. Come on, DWAC Rob, awesome channel. What's your school major? Are you from the Northeast? I am not technically from the Northeast. I was born here in North Carolina. And I appreciate the super chat, NJ. But my school major is business concentrating in finance. So very relevant to what we're doing here on the channel. And not from the Northeast. One of my parents is from the Northeast. So So there you go. So somewhat from the Northeast, right? I might look a little bit Northeastern, but definitely born here in North Carolina in the South. So the question in this poll that we're going to ask is, do you support recurring or additional stimulus checks? Yes. Make them we'll do yes every month. We'll do yes every month. We'll do yes just one. We'll do yes every month. And we'll do no. And I don't think there's another alternative to no. It's just no. So no more stimulus. Hold up. I misspelled that. There we go. So we'll see what the community says. We'll see what people want, if people want more stimulus or not, if they think that people should be going back to work or what. So Tim Boone, so help me out here. I'm fairly new into Sundial at 77 cents. If the reverse splits at, say, 70 cents, we'd be at 140 with half the stock. What's the chance it could fall back to where we are after the split? Well, the chance, Tim Boone, that Sundial could fall back to where we were post-split is the same chance that we would see Sundial falling 50% right now. So, potentially it could, but we'd be looking at half the market cap, and the chance I see for that is extremely low because Sundial has, as of what they reported in November, about $1.4 billion worth of cash, and their market cap is only, I think, at the time right now. Let's see what their market cap is, but I think they're probably like at a $1.4 billion market cap. So Sundial market cap, but they've got a ton of cash, and they're at a $1.364 billion market cap. Potentially they've spent some of the cash. It wasn't all cash; some of it was other assets, but I think that a lot of the Sundial people are investing in them because they do have so many real assets, right? It's not just hope that the company will do well in the future. It's not just hope that we'll get legalization soon. But I think that the chances of us falling by 50% or more are pretty low because we already got a lot of cash on the balance sheet for Sundial. I don't think people want to see it fall that much further, and it'll be tough to justify a point where Sundial is worth, where the stock is worth less than the assets they've cut on the balance sheet. So I don't know. Let's see. We've got this poll going. Do you support recurring or additional stimulus checks? And we've got 16 votes. We've only got 16 votes. If you guys want to vote in the poll, I would definitely appreciate some more input. So far, we've got 16 votes, and 6% say yes, just one stimulus check. 31% say yes every month, and 62% say no more stimulus. So we'll see. And Brent Walmsley says this poll is essentially employed people versus unemployed people. Potentially. Abstract says, I think recurring payments make sense if they federally legalize MJ and use that tax revenue to pay for it. That could work. And B Baby says, Rob, great. Up 411. All right. Yeah, I appreciate that. And Rocky Mountain Gobbler is going to hope for mid-30s on DWAC to buy more. I think that would be a nice place. That would be a nice place for it to get in on some more. It's up, though, 9% on the day. It is starting to run. It's looking dangerous. It might start running out of control. So we'll see. Granted, it's not as high as it closed 2 days ago. We'll see what happens if it can get up there. But it's certainly running. It definitely got down a little bit. Okay, hold up. So the 10 o'clock news came out. Zach Taylor just reminded me of it, posting about the new home sales. So let's see. Yeah, wow. So the home data, new home sales came out lower than expected, right? We were forecast to have 800,000 new home sales, and we only got 745,000. And the September new home sales were revised massively lower from 800,000 to 742. So, yeah, geez. So it looks like that is the previous was 742. It just got revised. So thank you for pointing that out, Zach. Thank you for pointing that out. That's interesting. So wow. Silver says, I'm unemployed because I don't want a job. Left Lowe's after 15 years. And Fluxforce says, I'm fourth generation of a family business. I can't tell you first. I can tell you firsthand that stimulus checks are abused. Went from 23 employees to 19 on a matter of months because our employees went on stimulus. Yeah, and world for cash on the side. Yep. I bet a lot of people do end up abusing those. And Acorn Stock stimulus checks, and they are still looting the retail stores. Have to shut down retail and shop online. Yeah, and Rocky Mountain Gobbler says, Silver, good for you standing for your beliefs. Absolutely. And Silver says, but I was good enough to squirrel away since 2005 to be able to retire now. Very nice, very nice. And Flex4 says, worked for cash on the side. Gotcha. That makes sense. And Zach Taylor says, it's all smoke and mirrors with this admin. Yeah, the new home sales are showing that a little bit, right? When they report the numbers and they're very good, and then they end up revising them quietly later. Very interesting. So what ended up happening to the S&P due to that? Looks like Sundial's making a move up. Not on that news, actually. They actually at 10 started dropping a little bit, but now they're on the rebound. Hopefully going to see some higher numbers on Sundial. But the S&P, the S&P sitting, not much has happened with the S&P. Actually, not much has happened with them, so we'll see what goes on with it, but they haven't changed all that much overall. And Charles says, I'm surprised our dollar is worth anything anymore, TBH. Yeah, we'll see. The dollar, it certainly has been falling over the past couple of years. Well, the past long time. If you look at the past max week, looks like it's actually been on the uptrend recently, but nowhere near where it was back in 2000. So we'll see what happens with the dollar. It's definitely taken a tumble ever since the 2000s, but I'm surprised it has been doing as well as it has been, right? That in 2013, 2014, it was rising a little bit, and that we're rising now, it makes not much sense, but I guess that's what people want. They want the dollar moving up. So who knows who's in charge of moving it up, but that's how it goes sometimes. And Silver says there's chatter about folks selling homes for RV purchases. That could be. I mean, it's certainly a lifestyle. I don't know if I would want to do it, but it's a way that people can go. All right, guys, now I'll be right back. Quick little bathroom break I'm going to take right here. I'm going to refill my water, too. I'll be right back, so just sit tight. I'll be back very soon. And don't forget to vote in that poll if you haven't done it already. We only have 28 votes, and we've got 91 viewers. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about stimulus checks. Okay, we are back. All right. So, Silver says, what's the new home permits number? New home sales is one thing, permits tell another story. Let's see if there is an easy to find new home permits number. Let's see. And Silver says, I was delivering phone books, picking vegetables at farms, cutting grass, and raking money, lemonade, and drink stands. So many side hustles. Nice. And Rocky Mountain Gobbler says, ready for Sundial already. I know. Well, it looks like Sundial just hit the close of yesterday. We just very briefly saw a 0%, and now we're up above. So now we're at a 0.09% gain, 0.19% gain. Sundial's on the move. People didn't like Sundial being so low, and now they're moving it up. So 0.22% gain on Sundial. Good stuff. Good stuff. So U.S. building permits forecast. So let's see. Looks like United States building permits. So it looks like actually since January, I don't know if this is for homes though. This might not be. Maybe it's not. I've not actually looked at the permits before. So building permits. I don't know if you need one for a home. You might. You probably do need some kind of permit, but that might not be what we're looking for. But it looks like since January, at least the building permits numbers have been decreasing a bit. We hit highs of 1,883, and now we're down at 1,650. We're surely building more homes than that. So I doubt that's the building permits number. But okay, the Golden State stimulus. Anyone living in California, check if you qualify for the Golden State stimulus. This is what we wanted to talk about, right? A lot of people in California may be qualifying for this, and I was just curious if it was a recurring payment. It looks like it's just a one-time stimulus. It looks like it's just a one-time. So, okay. So I think you just get the $600 once. I'm pretty sure that's it. Direct deposit time frames. Yeah. Okay. So California's doing an extra $600 stimulus. All right. Interesting stuff. Sundial up 0.7%, getting close to a 1% gain on the day. Happy to see it was Sundial. And Silver says, take 50 cents and make $2. Yeah, that's the dream, right? That's the dream. And Abstract says, worked in warehouse now and drive 2 days out of the week. I try to only work 40 hours per week. Yeah, that's good. That's good. People sometimes overdo it. My cousin certainly overdoes it. He works a lot during the week. Not just on work, but on school too. So he's hustling, but but it is tough. He's probably doing it and sacrificing some sleep. But once again, in the poll, we've got 33 votes in the poll that says, do you support recurring or additional stimulus checks? And what we've got result-wise is yes, but just one, and that's at 12%. We've got yes every month at 33%, and no more stimulus at 55%. So still the majority of people. I mean, granted, it's only probably 16 or 17 people because we have very few votes, actually. We only posted this poll 12 minutes ago, though, so we'll see as more people filter in and out. We'll see if people are interested in stimulus, Who knows? It's pretty tight neck and neck, though. It looks like about half the people do support stimulus in one way or another, and 55% say no. So, Silver says, I had to nap a lot at an early age. Now I need the 8 hours of sleep. I burned myself out on coffee by age 24. Yeah, hey, what do you think I'm drinking? This is actually coffee this morning, so. Though I did get plenty of sleep last night. It was a good night's sleep. I was rock climbing yesterday. I actually didn't make any videos yesterday other than the live stream. That was it. So I burnt myself out rock climbing yesterday. That's what went on there. But it was fun. I was definitely very sore today, though, when I woke up. It was very sore.
School isn't.
Hold up. Okay, so I'm just checking some interesting stuff. All right. Interesting. An abstract. Some weeks are 50 to 60 hours, but I don't want to work, so the company I work for only gets 40 hours from me at the most part. Nice. And Silver says tea and cocoa now. Yeah, that's good. And what else is good is that Sundial is up 1.5% on the day. It looks like some buyers are stepping in. Let's see what's going on short-wise with Sundial. If any shorts are starting to cover their positions, just potentially we're going to be seeing. No, it looks like a couple extra shorts have actually stepped in. They've tried to slow the rise. We're up 0.87% instead of 0.5% today, up to 308 million shares. So an extra maybe million shares got shorted to help keep Sundial from going up too much. But we're still up over 1% on the day with Sundial, and DWAC up almost 10% on the day. So great gain for people who are in DWAC as of yesterday's close. Let's see, PROG down 6.7%, but it looks like we're bouncing off of 360. So good stuff on PROG, up above 370 with it. Nice. And Zach Taylor says DWAC and DWACW were steals yesterday. Certainly they were. And Alejandro Garcia, XLA shorts covering XELA. Up 6.82%. Nice. Yeah, so let's see on the Ortex what XELA shorts are doing. Let's see what they're up to. XLA Technologies. It looks like they're actually increasing their positions, up 3%, 3.46% today. Granted, XLA is not incredibly shorted, right? It only has a 4.25% of the free float that's short, and 7.22 million shares, 51% utilization. So about half the potential shorts are in XLA. So they could still certainly short it a lot more, but it looks like they're only shorting an additional 3.46% on the day. So not that many additional shorts coming in, but some. No one's covering, though. But XLA is up 7.52. It looks like we've been getting quite a few nice green bars over the past couple of minutes, helping these gains become potentially double what they were at the beginning of the day. So good stuff for XLA. And I'm definitely liking the look of that potential rebound that we're seeing. I mean, it has been decreasing quite a bit. So we'll see what happens with XLA. What is the news? Is there any news? Okay, XLA named a potential supplier under UK National Health Services digital documents contract. All right. And they selected a potential supplier. Nice. So that's cause, I guess, for them to be up 7.5%. All right. Good stuff for XLA. And let's see. Francis Goyette says, can't wait to see the shorts closing their positions. That would be nice. In all of these stocks, it would be nice if the shorts started closing their positions. So Scarlett, is PROG over? I don't think PROG is over the long term, because if you look, we've been through this pattern many times before, right? We've seen PROG pump up and then move down and consolidate for a bit. Who knows where it will end up consolidating? I mean, obviously, a lot of people are in PROG over the long term, right? They're buying it for the long term, not even for part of the squeeze. I know some people have pointed that out to me, but we do see this pattern with PROG again and again, where we pump up, move down and consolidate, pump up, move down and consolidate, pump up, move down and consolidate. So I don't know if it's completely over. Obviously, this run-up that we were on is over. I don't expect that PROG will be pumping up tomorrow. Maybe it will, but it doesn't seem too likely. I think that the next time we might see PROG moving up could be in a week or two, or maybe we'll end up waiting on PROG until the December 17th strike date, when hopefully there will be a lot more options populating this open interest chain right here. We'll see what happens with it, but I don't think it's completely over. I'm not in PROG at the moment, but I am waiting to see where it bottoms out and probably get back in around that price. Maybe $3. We could maybe get it down to $3 again. We'll see. It looks like we're actually shooting up pretty well right now, so it's not doing too bad. Double overtime of $40. Brandon is upping federal. Wow, federal minimum wage going up. Oh, let's take a peek at that federal minimum wage. Let's see. Currently it's $7.25 per hour, but $15 minimum wage will take effect January 30th, it says. Cool stuff. So $15 minimum wage for federal contractors will take effect January 30th. Nice. Good for federal workers. That's for sure. They'll be happy to see that. And Idris Mete, why are cannabis stocks moving up? Well, let's see if there is any news first of all. I don't believe there's any big news for them, other than let's first of all get rid of these, and I'll put them on the side right here. Sundial, we'll look at TLRY, up 3.9%, ACB, and we'll take a peek at OGI. Okay, so basically, a lot of these cannabis stocks they all tend to follow each other, but they've all, if you look at the past week or two, they've all been getting. We'll look at the past 10 days actually. They've all been getting beaten down. Aurora as well, right here you can see in the top left. Aurora's been getting beaten down. Organigram actually had a good past couple of days off their earnings. They started moving up. Organigram's been doing not too bad. Sundial been getting beaten down. A lot of these stocks have been getting beaten down, and I think potentially to levels lower than where they should have been. So we'll see. It looked like on the yearly chart, it looked like cannabis was starting to form a nice little uptrend going forward, and then these past 2 weeks have just destroyed that uptrend, brought them back down to their lows. So that could have been a little fake out, right? It could have been a little fake out uptrend, but potentially we'll start to see them moving up again. And that was just a little bit of volatility on the beginning of their big uptrend. That's what I'm hoping for. They've certainly been on downtrends for quite a while, and I would really like to see this turn into a nice uptrend and continue moving up. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Sundial looks like one of the more promising ones at the moment, but a lot of these stocks are good. Like Organigram might be moving up too. So we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully it'll be doing well in the future, but we'll see. Let's get rid of those. There we go. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited for Sundial and TLRY though. I think Sundial and TLRY. I mean, I'm in a lot of those cannabis stocks. I'm in Aurora, Canopy Growth, Organigram, 22nd Century Group, all those. But the ones that I'm most excited for, I think, are Sundial and TLRY. I think those are good ones. Let's see. So, Ayob, Matthias, could you look at PTPI? PTPI. Take a peek. Petros Pharmaceuticals down 27% on the day. Looks like just a steady downtrend that beat them down. So that's not ideal, but let's see what happened. Okay, so the stock rallied yesterday. So okay. So people were just taking profits after it moved up big, and the company filed a proxy statement for an annual meeting after the close on Monday. I'm not sure if there was a reason why they pumped up big, but it looks like people are just taking some profits from this massive pump up that we got yesterday. And that's understandable, right? It pumped up big. People started selling, and a lot of people probably were buying and maybe are down on money today. We'll see. But if you were in it before yesterday, then good for you. Sundial's up over 2% at the moment. It's up over 2% on the day, so 1.92% actually just dipped a little bit. But Abstract says, once Dems and Republicans agree on cannabis legalization, it'll happen probably sometime next year. I sure hope they agree soon. I mean, we got that Republican legalization bill. Democrats have been trying for a while. At least they've been saying they've been trying, so we'll see. We'll see if we can't get that legal. Yeah, I'm thinking sometime in 2022. It's getting a little bit close for the end of the year for politicians to be moving that quickly. We'll see. So let's see. Silver says, get a federal job now. Post office is best. Yeah, post office. That's probably a good one. And Silver says, a sleeping giant is awaking. It's DWAC up 9.51. It looks like we just took a little bit of a tumble over the past couple of minutes, but not bad. Not bad. And Kyle vs. Goliath says Acorn sucks. Matty Vision still holding where my frog's at. Well, PROG is down 4% on the day, but I don't think PROG is done for the long term, right? We've seen these kinds of dips before. Looking over the past 90 days, we've definitely seen it before, so I'm not super worried about this dip on PROG. It could go a little bit lower. It could certainly go a little bit lower. Maybe we could get it down to 3, load up on some shares there, but we'll see what happens with PROG. It's down 4.5% on the day. So we'll see. Sundial up over 2.3%. Happy about that. And PaySafe, please. PSFE, is it upside? So we'll take a peek at PaySafe. Take a peek at PaySafe. 1.43% green. So let's see what's going on. It looks okay. PaySafe took a big dump on their earnings. A massive dump, right? They were up at 745, and now they were down to 425. Now they're down to 393. So they've dipped quite a bit. PaySafe. Okay. So Susquehanna adjusts PaySafe's price target to $13 from 17, keeps a positive buy rating. All right. So they moved it down a little bit, but still has a decent price target, at least from that analyst. So it looks like they have, though, been in a big downtrend for a long time. Let me take a peek at PaySafe options. That could be a good potential way to enter PaySafe if someone isn't in PaySafe already. So the options aren't super expensive, at least not the December 20 something you thought. So there are some options out for it that you could potentially be getting in on. Nothing crazy, but potentially you could be buying into PaySafe and selling out some $4 calls, lower your costs a little bit, but it's tough to say what'll happen over the next 30, 45 days. It's tough to say. It has dropped. It has gotten to lows of 369, so pretty low on PaySafe. So I don't know. It could be potentially a good one. There certainly could be upside, right? If analysts are still saying they think it has a price target of $13, that's still like a 4x on the current price. So, obviously you can't just trust analyst price targets and do no other research on PaySafe. I haven't actually looked too deeply into PaySafe. Not entirely sure what they're all about, but it looks like they've been downtrending for a while, and that does make me a little wary. I'll be honest. I tend to not like when companies are downtrending massively. And to just get in on those, I worry a little bit about those, but there is potential upside with it for sure. I mean, the last earnings call that we had definitely beat them down a little bit. So it could be good. I mean, it could be a good one if you're really into the company. If you're looking to get in it, though, if I was going to get in, I would probably do it by selling some put options for the 17th of December for the 350. I'd probably end up selling those and either get in with it or not. I either take a little profit over the next month, not a massive profit to be sure. It would be about let's do the math on it. Let's figure out how much profit we'd be getting. So about 10 cents, 0.1 divided by 3.5, or 3.9 rather. So you'd be getting about a 2.8% profit for that month, and it wouldn't be bad. But you could potentially, be buying up the shares. You could be losing a little bit if we do move below 350. But that way you've locked yourself in here to either make a 2% profit or get into a stock that you like. So that's how I would do it if I were going to. Dude, check BENE. What you doing? So BENE. Oh wow, up 21% on the day. Jeez. With one bar, did it just get halted for eternity? Interesting. So interesting. It looks like it's just been stalled out. It looks like it didn't start trading until 10:30. This is the 1 minute chart. In the bottom left, there's just one big bar where at 10:30, it started trading, I guess. From 7:35 to 10:30, they were halted, I suppose. And it moved up to 12:34 on pretty significant volume. Typically, they don't have many shares being traded. It looks like typically they have volume of a couple hundred or maybe 1,000 or two, and they had 779,000 shares traded that minute. Okay, wow. So let's see. Benassir Capital Acquisition to take e-combustible energy public. Okay, nice. And so it's a SPAC. It'll trade on the NASDAQ under ECEC. All right. And it looks like they got halted. So we'll see what happens with it. I mean, that's interesting. That sure is cool. We'll see what happens with BENE if they when they get unhalted, what happens with them. I know the halts can be brutal for some stocks, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And been many days of red, finally seen some greens. I agree. Yeah, we're finally seeing a couple of greens. Even though the markets are down a little bit on the day, we're finally starting to see some greens. So very happy about that. TLRY's up 4.19%. So not bad on TLRY. We're up to $11. Not too happy, or not too not unhappy about that, right? I'm happy to see TLRY back above 11. That's good. And Silver says, Bears came in first. Running of Bulls coming Friday. I hope so. I hope so. I think that would be very nice to see some Bulls running on Friday, moving us up. That would be the best way to end the week right after Thanksgiving, in my opinion. That would be the perfect way to end the week. I wouldn't mind that at all. But we'll see. We'll see what happens today. Hopefully we'll do well today, right? On some of these stocks at least. Sundial will hopefully end the day at least above 2%. Maybe getting inching its way closer to 70 cents per share, getting back above there. That could be an indication that shorts are done trying to push this one down. Maybe some will have taken profits below 70 cents, and they will no longer have an interest in keeping us down. We'll see. Who's to say what shorts will do? Shorts never seem to make much sense. They always seem to do what makes the least sense, but somehow it works out for them. So maybe it's a little bit of manipulation going on. Silver says cash accounts are being allowed for major shorting, no more margin. Interesting. And Don says, hey Rob, good morning. Will you be streaming till close today? Till close today. Jeez. Maybe. I probably not though. Probably not streaming until close today. I could give it a shot. Maybe I will. Maybe, but I don't know. Well, why would I be streaming until close? Typically, I only go for an hour or two, maybe 3 at the most until 12. I'll consider it done, but maybe I feel like that might kill my throat. I'm already somewhat sore, not my throat, but I was rock climbing yesterday, so my whole body. I guess you don't realize how much of your body you use when you're rock climbing, but certainly a lot of it. Apparently, I woke up this morning super sore, got out of bed an hour late because of it. Didn't do any workout this morning. So we'll see. But Silver says, Don, usually it's 11 a.m., 3 hours. Yep, usually around 11 is when I conk out. But we'll see. Maybe I'll stay until 12 today. If people are enjoying it, I'm enjoying the stream. I've got a coffee with me. And Don says, till 1 p.m., short day. Maybe. Yeah, is today... Oh, wait. Hold up. Is the market closing early today? Hold up. Is it closing early? I know that sometimes they close it early, but I was not aware that they might be doing that today. I haven't heard anything about it. Let's see. Robinhood usually has a little alert. Let's see what Robinhood is saying. I don't think we're closing early today at 1. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. It might be. I know that sometimes they do it, but hey Rob, what's your favorite food? Says Rico Aguilar. I really like wings. Buffalo wings are probably my favorite food, and they're hit or miss, I will say. They're hit or miss. Sometimes you get really good wings from a good place. Sometimes they're not so good. A lot of the times, it's just the traditional ones that are the best. But sometimes I like to get, garlic parmesan, weird flavors, Hawaiian flavor, whatever. So yeah, wings. I know it's not the fanciest of foods, but it's a cool one. And Needs an Agent says, come on, Rob, we demand a full day stream. I might do it one day. 7 hours, though. I think it's 7 hours from 9 to 4. Yeah, so... Or is it 9 hours from 9 to 4? No, it's 7. It's 7 hours from 9 to 4. But then if you go until the end of the after hours, geez, that would be quite a bit. That'd be a 9-hour stream right there. So yeah, I don't know. A full day stream. I might do it at some point. Okay, and RCC says no, market close early on Friday, not today. Nice. And Friday, 1 p.m. Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, I won't be here Friday. I'll be out of town. There'll be no live stream on Friday, unfortunately. I'll be out of town, away from the monitors and the computer that has all the streaming software and all that. So that's unfortunate. But Silver says, oh yeah, Friday early close, better pay you for full day. Yeah, I hope. I hope the market pays us all for a full day on Friday. So 3.5 week trading week. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. 3.5 day trading week. Yep. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, the markets will be closing early Friday. Let's see if we can't find a website. Okay. Let's just type in as Black Friday. Okay, so let's see. All right, here we go. There we go. Stock market calendar right here. Thursday, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day, the markets are closed. And Friday, November 26th, the day after Thanksgiving, an early close at 1 p.m. So, some people might just decide to take the day off entirely. They might decide to not even look at the markets. If they're hanging out with the fam after Thanksgiving, they might. So, Don, sorry I was wrong. I did Google it. I thought it was today. Yeah, no. If it was today, I would have done it. And if I was going to be there Friday, I would do it too. But I will not be here Friday because 1 p.m., that's doable for sure. For sure. And Christopher Frank says, morning, GRCL update, opinions on possible direction in Ortex. Thank you. All right, we'll take a peek at GRCL. Okay, so it looks like we're down 20% or 19% on the day. Long-term downtrend, it looks like that's not ideal. And what is this? Right after earnings, but not necessarily caused by earnings. There's some news that pushed us down. It looks like the first day was the 18th, so 17th. They prepare. Okay, to participate in the Piper Sandler Healthcare Conference. Granted FDA orphan drug designation. Okay. That sounds like good news. Gets FDA orphan drug designation for multiple myeloma. And then they just started crashing. I don't know why they started crashing on that news. That seems good. Stock jumps on orphan drug tag. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I can see that on the 23rd. They did jump a bit, but they ended up still moving down a lot. So, and they're on track for record low close and record percent decrease, says Data Talk. Okay. So they report that members of their senior management team, including the chair, the CEO, and the CFO, Chief Medical Officer, intend to use personal funds to buy up to $2 million in Colorado, in CO, ADS in open market. Okay, let's see. Who knows? Who knows what CO is? But it looks like they're buying. Interesting. No. Okay, so they're using personal funds to buy up to $2 million in company ADSs. All right. Okay. I'm still not sure why they're crashing on this news, though, that they got orphan drug designation. Let me look on finance and see if there's something. Let me look on Ortex too and see what the shorts are up to. That was another part of this. So GRCL. Okay. So let's see what the Ortex is going on for it. What they've got going on. Looks like up 6.63% short interest wise. Current short interest at 6.68%, 2 million shares short, only 16% utilization. So not all that heavily shorted, though. Some additional shorts are coming in today, it looks like. But overall, not the most heavily shorted stock out there. So interesting to see that they're down so much, especially even today, down 20% on the day. Crazy stuff. Silver says, I'm about to head out. Rain coming tomorrow, and yard leaves need to be done. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving if you are celebrating. Hug loved ones just a little bit longer than usual. Regulators, see you Monday. All right, Silver. I'll see ya. See ya on, Monday's the next stream. So have a good one. Have a good Thanksgiving, man. And Luca Boom Boom, no close at 1 p.m. on Friday. What do you mean? What do you mean no close at 1 p.m.? We were just looking at it online. And Acorn Stocks, do you have an opinion on stock splits, or it just depends on the company? I like when they do stock splits. I like when they give you more shares, as long as they're not. I certainly like stock splits. I like cheaper share prices. It makes it more maneuverable to buy a certain fraction and play with the options on them. So I'm a big fan of stock splits. Acorn Stocks, I'm a big fan. I certainly, I approve stock splits. I approve of them pretty much every time I see them. I don't like reverse splits where they take shares and make the price more expensive, unless they're doing it to meet to meet delisting requirements. So that's understandable if they're doing that. But overall, I tend to like splits very much. If they're literally doing a split, not a reverse split. So GTEC, please, says Ayub Matthias. GTEC. Greenland Technologies Holding Corp. So let's see what we've got going on with GTEC. Looks like they have been boosting up lately, right? So on the 19th, they started moving up big. They hit about $10 before moving down to 7 and then boosting all the way up to 12, and now they're back around 8. So they're down 4.5% on the day. What happened on the 19th that caused this big move, though? Lots of news. So they launched a second electric industrial vehicle line. Okay. And it looks like that boosted them up quite a bit. Very cool. So let's see what happened with GTEC market cap wise. How big are they, I wonder? Greenland Technologies Holdings. $126 million market cap. So very low market cap, especially considering the fact that they're an EV company, although, they are probably a very tiny company. It looks like they're profitable, though. So not the worst. They just probably have a long way to go before they start seeing a $1 billion market cap. But not bad at all. If they're sitting at $126 million market cap, that's what it says right here on Yahoo Finance. Sorry for words not coming out how they should. But the statistics, let's see the shares outstanding and all that. 11.37 million shares outstanding and a 4.5 million float, 60% held by insiders. So not bad considering the fact that they are profitable and an EV company, it looks like. And Igor says all major U.S. stock markets will be closed on Thursday, November 25th for the Thanksgiving holiday. On Friday, November 26th, all major U.S. stock markets will close early at 1 p.m. Yes, that is what we have determined. Thank you, Igor. And Steve Pont, I ain't leaving yet, but just in case you have a great Thanksgiving, brother. Thanks again for non-financial advice. Love the channel. I appreciate that, Steve Pont. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving as well, man. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. It's after what we've seen this week, I think, some of the red, what we've seen this past 10 days in a lot of these stocks, I think we're all going to need a good Thanksgiving to take our minds off the market. So definitely appreciate getting that break. And we'll see. We'll see if the Thanksgiving holiday can't rejuvenate some of us and potentially some of the bigger players, some of the whales. Maybe they'll be a little bit more excited about the stock market when they get back, have a little bit more buying energy, start pushing stocks up. Let's hope for it. That's what I would hope for, at least. Looks like DWAC starting to take a little bit of a tumble, 6.64%. Okay, not bad. So, Monderson, what do we all think about MRMD? MRMD. So, it's up 1.33%. Maramed, is this the one we're talking about, the 76-cent one? It looks like it has a very low volume. Very illiquid almost. Pretty illiquid at the very least. I mean, there's some volume on all these bars. I'm not seeing any zeros, but we're getting close. At some point, I saw one that was only 100 shares traded that minute. I tend to not like those really low volume stocks. I mean, sometimes you can make a big profit if they pump all of a sudden with big volume, then they can go up quite a bit. $257 million market cap, though. I'm surprised that it's having such little volume. But sometimes you see it on those lower market cap ones if they're less hypey companies. They did just have a decent earnings call. It looks like they are falling on it, though. So, strange stuff with Maramed. And Rocky Mountain Gobbler says, DWAC going down, come on, mid-30s. Let's see, where's DWAC at? Yeah, so it's at 41. Yeah, we'll see if we can't get into the mid-30s. That could be a good buying point, or potentially DWAC. I might be eyeing some options on it. If we fell into the mid-30s, then geez, for December 17th, we could probably sell pretty expensive put options on maybe the $30 strike price. If we fell in that to like 35, we could be selling some expensive $30 put options that would give us entrance around 20-something bucks if we were selling those. So obviously we'd have to fall then below $30 for to execute in the money, but it seems like not a bad trade to me. But we'll see how much further it can fall. Hippo Holdings says Hero. HIPO is up today, 7.9249%. Okay, HIPO. Let's see. Hippo Holdings up 6.79% now, but yeah, okay. So it has been falling quite massively over the past. I guess it was a SPAC at one point. That's what it's looking like. It looks like it was a SPAC trading at $10 for a while. And since it went public, it boosted obviously on the first day up to 1076 and then it crashed down to $4. Now we're at 369.5. So this is coming off of lows of 326. So not bad. And Zach Taylor says metals need to come back to reality. Yeah, gold is down another 0.28% today. I'm not happy to see it, but that's what's going on. So, yeah, Hippo up 7%. Interesting, though. I'm not sure what this company's all about with a name like Hippo. Let's see on Yahoo Finance what they do. Description. Hippo Holdings provides personal property insurance brokerage services and underwrites insurance policies in the United States and the District of Columbia. Its insurance products include homeowners insurance against risks of fire, wind, and theft, and commercial and property lines of products. The company distributes insurance products and services through its technology platform and offers its policies online, over the phone. All right, so it's an insurance company, and it's up 7%, but it has been falling quite a bit. Might not, I guess at these prices, it might not be too horrible of a buy if you're interested in getting in on the insurance business, but $2.13 billion market cap, even as it stands, so still a fairly large market cap. You know, the stock price makes it look cheap, but it's a fairly large market cap considering what they're doing. They're an insurance company, so they did, it looks like, lose money last quarter. Actually, seems tough to do as an insurance company. I feel like they're typically raking in cash, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so DWAC going down. That's what we saw. Rocky Mountain. Yep. We'll see how low we can get it at. I would certainly like to sell some options on it. And our abstract says, all right, I traded my SHIB that was up 397% for Sundial. Nice. And Zach Taylor says, metals need to come back to reality. It's coming. Yep, I agree. I think that gold certainly needs to move a little bit higher. You know, though at the end of the year, I hope it doesn't happen too soon because I do plan on tax loss harvesting some of the miners that I'm down on. So I will be getting back in on them eventually, but I think I need to stay out of them about 30 days to avoid the wash sale rule. So hopefully they don't pump while I'm gone. They shouldn't, right? All they've done is tank since I've gotten in on them. So it would be ironic if all of a sudden I sold and they started moving up. Sometimes that's how the market goes, though. And Shazad Warich. Hi, good morning. How high can Sundial go today? Well, we are having a good day on Sundial, that's for sure. We're up 1.87%. I could see us getting to potentially 70 cents today. I mean, it really depends. Obviously, you know, any day it could really start popping off big if we get a big catalyst for it. But up at 70 cents, I could see us getting, right? We have most of the day left. I could certainly see us getting there. Obviously, we could start moving down, you know, if shorts start coming in again to Sundial. It looks like they're in it slightly. They've slightly increased their positions by 0.71 short interest change wise. So they've slightly increased their positions on Sundial, but we will hopefully see us getting to 70 cents today. I think that would be a good place to get to, maybe a little bit above 70. Start holding it as a support. That would be very nice. So let's see. Seashells and Dreams, can you check? And also Seashells and Dreams says, hello, Kelly from Canada. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Kelly. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Good morning. And can you check Naked? And when is the merger with Centro Automotive? NAKD. I remember this one was pumping up on that news of an EV merger. So let's see. It looks like we'll take a peek at the Ortex in a second, but it looks like they just barely bounced off that support at 58 cents. So I don't know if they're technically still conforming to this pattern that we've seen where they have these higher highs, and they're definitely not conforming to it anymore. Okay, so maybe they'll keep uptrending. They might keep uptrending, but it looks like they were at one point having higher highs and higher lows. You can see these little circles, exemplify the highs, and they're just pointing those out to you. But now we've actually had a lower high from the previous high right here. I'll draw it with a box this time because it's not the same pattern anymore, but got a lower high right there and a potentially lower low. It's really tough to say what exactly that is, but there you go. So it's not quite following the same pattern that it was, but we'll see what happens with it. It could start doing well. I mean, there's a lot of EV hype right now, and when will they merge? As for when will they merge, well, we'll take a peek at the Ortex first, NAKD. We'll see what we got going on with it, but when will they merge? I will check on that. I'll see if there's a date out for it, but very low short interest as a percentage of the free float. 1.6%, 14 million shares. So not that much short on NAKD. All right. Let's see. So what's NAKD merger? Let's see when they're merging. Let's see if we can find a date for it. So, Naked Brand Group announces December 21st, 2021 extraordinary meeting to approve acquisition of Central Automotive. Let's see what this says. So, extraordinary general meeting of Naked Brand Group shareholders to approve the proposed acquisition of Central Automotive will be held 10 a.m. Tuesday, December 21st. Shareholders, as of the close of the record date, Tuesday, December 21st, are encouraged to vote their shares. Naked Brand Group, non-executive directors recommend shareholders vote for the transaction resolutions at the general meeting. For more information, okay, so it looks like, so on December 20th, no, December 21st is when they'll be holding the meeting. Okay, and or maybe it is the 20th. So I guess they'll be holding it twice. Let's see. Well, it says right here is scheduled to be held on 10 a.m. Tuesday, December 21st. Sorry about that. And Monday, December 20th. I guess they'll be holding two meetings. Maybe if you can't make it to one, you can make it to the other. Not sure why they didn't list them chronologically, but the meeting will be held in person at BDO Sydney, level 11, First Margaret Street, Sydney West, blah, 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 in Australia. And looks like voters, the shareholders, will have the chance to vote to approve the merger. Okay. And will begin mailing its notices. Shareholders will be able to submit a question in advance of the meeting via email. Okay. And every shareholder's vote matters regardless of the number of shares held. All right. Okay. So it looks like December 21st is when we might get some more news on that. If they, I think they have to approve that. But we'll see. We'll see. And Zach says, "I'm out. Have a great Thanksgiving." All right, Zach. We'll see you. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great Thanksgiving. So yeah, it looks like, I don't know when exactly the merger is. I don't know if we actually have that information out yet. It looks like it's not happening at least until after December 21st. And Unite Entirely says, "Rob, what's the story on BENE? Halted twice already." So yeah, BENE. It looks like it's been halted quite a bit. It is now moving a little bit lower today. But yeah, that initial bar got halted. It didn't start trading until 10:30, and it got halted again until 10:40. So it did hit highs of 14.27. So acquisition jumps the stock price up. They are taking e-combustible. Oh, hold up. So shares up 12%. Traders viewing stock as a sympathy play following their capital SPAC deal with e-combustible, as Digital World CEO is also the CEO of Benares. Okay, nice. So Orlando is also the CEO of BENE, it looks like. And they have a SPAC deal with e-combustible, as Mike with Capital CEO has the same CEO as Benares. All right. So it looks like they've decided to acquire e-combustible. And they're up big on that news. It looks like up 10% on the day, but they were obviously getting hyped up a little bit more during the early morning trading. They got halted out, though. So that's unfortunate, but the halt looks like it killed them off a little bit. So that's what went on with BENE. Sundial looks like we're sitting nicely at 68 cents. Hopefully we'll stay above it. And Abstract says it was only 3.25 million coins. Bought at 27, sold at 124. I think it was a good trade. Nice trade on that SHIB, though. That's awesome. And I think I'll use my Webull Sundial to swing trade. Nice. I need to get more shares without using more money. Yep, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. And Ayub Mitas, woo, look at GTEC. No, thanks. Followed your advice, and I am in the money. GTEC. Let's take a peek. Greenland Holdings, nice. Yeah, wow, up, yeah, quite a bit. Nice. So, yeah, this one is doing pretty good. That's good stuff. Good to see it. And R3 Drift BN is carrying me now. Yeah, it's a little worrying to see stock falling right after the halts. We'll see what happens with it. Unfortunately, the halts do often kill off momentum, so it was up quite a bit more before it got halted a couple of times. I will point out a couple of times. It didn't start trading until very late in the day, right? The first hour of trading it wasn't active for. Got a ton of volume as soon as it was available for trading, hit highs of 1427, and didn't get halted anymore after that. So it only had 2 halts during the day, but now it's starting to move down. It's become a little bit less volatile. It is a somewhat scary thing to see. And Abstract says, thanks for reading the chat, Rob100. I appreciate it. For sure, yeah, I love reading the chat. Love hearing what you guys say. I mean, I wouldn't have been looking at BENE or any of these, a lot of these stocks at least, if I wasn't reading the chat. So for sure, man, I love reading the chat. And I also like reading the polls. So the polls, in case you guys haven't voted in the poll, we actually have 102 people in the stream and only 85 votes on the poll. So I'm very curious what you guys would vote. It says, do you support recurring or additional stimulus checks? And I think everyone ought to have an opinion on that, one way or the other. And 22% of people say yes, but just one stimulus check. 25% of people say yes, they support stimulus checks and they want them every month. And 53% of people say no more stimulus. So we'll see. And Ludwig says, hey, Rob, on now. Nice to see you, Ludwig. I noticed you were missing, but there we go. Now you're back on. And the good thing, too, because I don't know how much longer this stream will be going. And this is the last stream until Monday because Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So, markets are closed. No stream then. And Friday, I'll be out of town. I won't be able to do a stream without the equipment and whatnot. The camera, I should say, and the screens around here. So, let's see. Thanks for reading the chat. Yep. And we have enough free stuff in this nation, says Acorn Sucks. Yeah, I think we sure got a lot of free stuff. And Eric says from Sweden's, I think SWE is Sweden, I'm pretty sure. So no idea about stimulus checks. Yeah, okay, I understand. That's right. A lot of the people might be from other countries and whatnot. I got you. And Ludwig says market's not closed in Germany. Abstract says, are you staying late today? Stay till noon. Maybe. I mean, that is only 52 minutes away. I guess I could. I'm not out of coffee yet, so I've got a little bit left. And Acorn Sucks says, islands in the stream. Ludwig says, Sundial not doing great. Not doing great, but not doing bad either, right? Up 1.46% today. And hopefully it looks like holding over 68 cents at the moment, at least. So we'll see what we can get going with Sundial. It looks like fairly decently large volume. It looks like slightly larger than yesterday. So we'll see what happens with it. But it looks like we are starting to move up a little bit finally. And that could be an indication that, this big bearish trend that we've seen over the past, let's find a good chart for it, over the past couple of days might finally be over, right? We've just been getting pushed down. If we can get back up above 70, that could be good. That could be an indication that we're done with this huge downtrend and maybe that it's gone a little too far. So the hope is that we'll start moving up in a big way if we can break through 70, but we'll see what we can do today. I'll just be happy if we can get to 70 today. So, Rocky Mountain Gobblers, my morning is not complete without your stream. I appreciate it, man. My morning wouldn't be complete without streaming either, so it's good seeing all you guys in the chat. We'll definitely have to get a Discord going at some point. I think that'll be fun, having a Discord. With AMC and GME, worse manipulation, says Ludwig. Interesting. With AMC, oh, yeah, actually, I haven't looked at AMC and GME yet. So it looks like AMC is relatively stagnant, and GME up 1.1%, but down big from yesterday. Jeez. Yeah, yesterday was a big bearish day for GameStop. A lot of profit taking. People must have looked and said, hey, the price is pretty high. Started selling out. AMC, what happened? Yeah, decent amount of selling pressure yesterday for AMC also, though it wasn't near the highs. So, oh, Islands in the Stream is an old song. I see. Islands in the Stream. That sounds like a cool idea to have an island in a stream, and obviously a real water stream. Yeah, a little island. I've seen islands in lakes before. I've not seen islands in streams though. And Amin says I sold Sundial for a loss. That's too bad, man. That's too bad. Yeah. A lot of people have a loss on Sundial at the moment. I'm still in the green with Sundial because I bought way back when. 19 cents a share was my first buy on Sundial, but yeah, a lot of people who are buying in at 90 cents, 80 cents, it's down a little bit. They're down a little bit. So we'll see if Sundial can't come back and turn some of those positions green. But Ludwig says Sundial is one of the best plays I'm in. I think so. I think Sundial has a lot going for it. I'm very happy with Sundial, even though it has been moving down over the past couple of days. I think a lot of that's been due to manipulation. I don't think that's off the fundamentals. So Ludwig or Charles says if you need help setting up a Discord, I'm pretty versed in it. Would love to help. I appreciate that, Charles. And Eric says, vote up for a Discord. Yeah, for sure. I've set up a server before, but I don't know how good of a server it was. No one really used it. It was just for gaming way back when I was in high school. I set it up so my friends and I could use it, but we ended up using a different one for the most part. But yeah, I could probably use some help at some point when I get around to a Discord. Maybe when we hit 10K subs, I'll think about a Discord, setting one up. Not sure how many people would sign up for it right now, or access. I don't know how to do it quite yet, but I'll figure it out. And Charles, I will potentially ask you at some point for some help with it when I actually get to it. And Ludwig says AMC GME Sundial is all manipulation by hedge jerks. Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of it is. And Gordo says, hey Rob, stopping by for a little even though I'm late for work. Oh man, I appreciate it. Hopefully not too late. And Abstract says, I'm pretty new to your streams, but has become my daily ritual. You have a cool, calm demeanor, and I like that. Also, you've taught me some stuff I didn't know about shorting options. Oh, I appreciate that, Abstract. I appreciate that. And yeah, I do my best to give out information where I can. I do my best. Rocky Mountain Gobbler says, very lame, long song, Islands in the Stream. Vomit. Doesn't like it at all. I'll listen to it at some point. I don't know. It's probably not the kind of thing I could play on the stream, unfortunately, but IH says profitable morning in DWACW for me so far. Woohoo. Yeah, DWAC's been doing pretty well. Looks like we're up about 7%. DWACW is up 15%, almost 16% on the day. So very cool. Anyone who was buying in DWACW earlier. And Abstract Artemis, I love Discord. My server is doing pretty good. Nice. Yeah, I've mostly just used it for gaming, so I've not really gotten into like any big servers or anything like that. It's mostly just my buddies and I on a couple of servers. But Amin says, love your streams and everyone here is pretty nice. Go Discord. Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely be looking to set up a Discord at some point. We will. And let's see. And yeah, absolutely. Everyone in here, I think everyone in the streams is very pleasant. So I appreciate that, guys. You definitely put forward a good energy. And Shadow Girl says, me too, but I like it here very much. I agree. I like it here very much as well. Seashells and Dreams, I think Naked is going to get a blast next month. It could, especially if the NAKD, that's it. Yeah, especially, also, what is this? This square. All right, we're getting rid of the square. Especially if EV hype really ramps up, right? If we start seeing new highs maybe in Tesla. What's Tesla doing? Tesla's... Oh, shoot. That was TLSA. So, yeah, Tesla is close to all-time highs. Not quite there. We need to get to 1250 to see all-time highs on Tesla, so we'll see. Let's see. So we're missing a little bit. Of the chat, but Tuna Angel 27 says, "Hi Rob, what do you think about PHUN still marrying DWAC?" We'll take a peek. It may have changed a little bit now that they've announced it on Coin. But let's see, over the past 30 days on this one. Let's see. I mean, obviously it has changed a little bit since they're not Since they're becoming a little bit more of a crypto play at the moment, it's changed a little bit, but we'll see how closely. It looks like they're still fairly similar. They had that big run up. Let's see what happened post run up. If how close they look to be like each other. So it's pretty darn similar. Obviously, PHUN had a little run up on the 19th, the morning of the 19th, and DWAC. Let's see where the 19th is, right here. So DWAC actually did too. So maybe it was following PHUN at that point. And they did actually mirror each other a little bit. So people were getting in DWAC and PHUN as well. When PHUN fell, though, it looks like DWAC fell too. So yeah, I think they're still marrying each other a little bit, right? Obviously, they're not exactly the same, but typically they're seeing green days when the other one sees green days and red days when the other one sees red days. At least that's what it looks like from the chart. Maybe not on this day. It looks like this day was pretty stagnant, and DWAC actually suffered more that day. So not exactly, but pretty darn similar. FlexForce says, if you ever get intros to your videos, I'll produce the music for you free of charge. I would appreciate that. Yeah, I've not tried any music or anything in the videos. I should. I just don't know anything about how to get it and what's copyrightable and all that. But I would definitely appreciate that. Yeah, if we could get some music in here. I've thought about it in the past. I know Matt Kors has some. I think the one stream I watched, he actually started off the stream just by playing a song for the first couple of minutes. So it was interesting. It was enjoyable, I thought, though. So maybe at some point I will look into getting some music. FlexForce, I appreciate that. Ludwig says, guys, please don't lose money on DWAC PHUN. It's pump and dumb. Obviously there's the possibility to lose money on any trade. I did end up selling out right around 51 before, right after we had broken through the 55 support. But I think that it does have, like you said, some pump potential. I think that it could certainly rise quite a bit. I think that we could definitely see it moving up quite a bit. It depends, though. It depends on the catalyst that we get. Obviously, we need Trump to probably speak on it. And I've missed a couple of the comments. So Whirls says, everyone buy Sundial with $5 at the same time, says Whirls. That probably wouldn't have a big impact on the price. That would not have that big of an impact. Even if we were buying, if you take a peek at Sundial, even if everyone in the stream bought 1,000 shares each. So let's say everyone in the stream bought 1,000 shares each. There's 91 people here. So that'd be 91,000 shares. And in a single minute, we're looking at 323,000 shares being sold, 300,000 shares being sold. And that's not even moving the price that much. It's moving it up less than a cent. So it unfortunately wouldn't get Sundial to $5. It would probably just buy it at the price that we've got at the moment. So Abstract just spent 124 on Sundial. Every little bit helps. It certainly does. It certainly does. And Sam says Rivian has been shut down, or has been down. RIVN. Yeah, Rivian down a little bit. It's down. And Abstract says, I want your channel to be successful, but I like the smaller communities like yours. I definitely do. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months and years as we're doing this. If the channel really gets large, I do like the small community, I have to say. Recognizing the same names and all is nice. And I know on big streams, like I think Meet Kevin, big YouTuber, does a live stream. He's got millions of subs. The chat is just it's like a machine gun, so you can't really read anything in the chat almost just because it's shooting so quickly. And Ramin Perot says, haha, Rob, you may as well just jump on the mic yourself for the music. Yeah, I probably don't have a good singing voice for it. I think that's more Abstract's area of expertise. And Monderson says, what will the Sundial repurchase agreement do? So it's essentially allowing Sundial to repurchase up to 100 million shares, or 102 million shares, or $100 million worth of their stock. So it'll let them buy back stock, take some away from the free float, some of the shares outstanding, and that just has the effect of raising the price, right? When they're buying shares, the price is going up. So I don't believe they've actually bought any shares back yet, but I hope they do it soon. I think they'll probably do it before February. They've got a year to do it, but I hope they'll do it before February. They want to stay listed probably. So more stimulus equals more inflation and sundial moon soon, says player one. Yeah, so it looks like the poll actually has 100 votes, 103 votes in it. And the question is, do you support recurring or additional stimulus checks? 22% of people said yes, but just one. 25% of people said yes every month. And 53% of people said no more stimulus. So we'll see. Abstract Artemis, I don't sing, I produce music and rap. I gotcha. Rap, I consider rap singing. I guess maybe I'm not in on the terminology for it, but I consider that kind of the same thing. Maybe if I had auto-tune, yeah, I want auto-tune. I think that would be cool to have a little bit of auto-tune. That would be cool if I had a button that I could press on the stream and it would start auto-tuning my voice. That would be very nice, just temporarily, but that would be cool. I might have to experiment with that. I know nothing about audio, unfortunately. I know how to plug the mic in, and that's about it. So I would like to learn a little bit more about that, but I've tried, and I'm not too good at it. So Acorn Suck says the more handouts, the more people expect. That's probably the case. I mean, I don't think people were even thinking about stimulus until they got the first round, and then they were demanding more. So we'll see what happens with it, though. I mean, some of the plays I'm in, some of the plays like the gold plays are actually, they benefit from inflation. So it's a double-edged sword. It's not necessarily what's best for the economy if we see a lot of inflation, but I almost wouldn't mind having a slight rise in inflation or a big rise in inflation, because a lot of the plays that I'm in are expecting inflation. So kind of a double-edged sword, right? The country gets a little bit weaker, but my portfolio would probably grow quite a bit from inflation. So I'm not as opposed to stimulus checks as other people might be. But we'll see what happens. Shorts have to cover at some point at these 3 gold plays, AMC, GME, and Sundial. Yeah, I hope. I mean, there certainly are a lot of shares short on all of those stocks. AMC down 0.14%, trying to break even on the day. Sundial is up 1.7%, and GME is up 1.2%. So it's a mixed bag with those. And EM1 says, when you buy back stock, that means they're buying the investor's stock. How does this affect the investor? So when they're buying back stock, they are buying up shares on the market, right? They're placing orders to buy back stock, and the more stock that they buy, the higher the price, right? Whenever the stock price is moving, like when you see green bars, it's because there are more buyers than there are sellers. So it actually moves the stock price up. And what it really does over the long term that's useful isn't just a temporary increase in the price, but let me show you the statistics on Sundial. It lowers the float, and the float is the number of shares available to everyone, right? They're the shares that are being held by people in the market. So shares that are tradable. And when you lower the float, that means that there are fewer shares available for people who want them. So if you want to buy shares, you'll probably have to pay a little bit more. If everyone wants the same amount of shares, say the float. We'll use an easy example. Say there's 100 people in a community, or let's say there's 10 people in a community actually. And they want to buy shares of a company that has 100 shares of stock available. They can all have 10 shares of stock. But then if the float decreases to 10, they can all only have 1 share of stock each, and they'd probably be willing to pay quite a bit more for it, because if you want more than 1, you're going to have to take someone's only share. So that's kind of the same principle that we're looking at with Sundial. The fewer shares available there are, the better for the price. That's the same situation with every company. You want fewer shares available, more people buying up the shares, and more scarcity, essentially, of the shares. So that's why the share buyback is useful for investors. And let's see. Ludwig says, hold with diamond balls of steel. Yeah. I mean, that oftentimes pays off. We've seen it happen again and again. It's paid off. And what will happen is the FOMO will take over. Everyone will try to take profits around 90 cents, but it won't hold resistance anymore, I think. We'll see. Well, yeah, I think you're talking about Sundial. Yeah, I mean, 90 cents is probably going to act as a bit of resistance, as 80 might as well. Every 10-cent increment all the way up to $1 is probably going to act as resistance. We'll see, though. There's always the potential that will be just shooting up one day, right, off of a big catalyst. Maybe when they finally put in the final wording. Have they put in the final wording of the bill? Let's see. So let's see on Bloomberg. Is the final wording of the bill in? All right, we need a federal government to just get out of the way. All right. Here's an article, but I'll pull that up in a second. Abstract says you have a nice voice. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. And Tyler, Mike, did you hear Zach George say that Spirit Leaf generates 500 to 800K a day? How does this not translate into share price? I didn't hear him say that, but geez, that definitely seems like the kind of thing that should. I think the thing is the share price isn't always based on the fundamentals. Sometimes always. It's just based on the supply and demand. And, shorts are actually, they're doubling down today. They're up 2.18%. We were only up 0.5% last we checked. So up to 312 million shares short. Looks like shorts are pushing it down, even though we're still up on Sundial. So cool stuff. Even though some shorts are in, we're still up on the day. Shorts are taking this as an opportunity to maybe try to keep us a little bit lower. We'll see what happens. We're holding 68 fairly nicely. But here we go. New GOP weed approach. Feds must get out of the way. Republicans from State House to Congress are pushing legalization bills. All right. Nearly half of Republican voters support fully decriminalized cannabis, and GOP lawmakers are now beginning to reflect their constituents' views. By increasingly supporting broad legalization at the state and federal level, we need the federal government just to get out of the way, says Republican Nancy Mace from South Carolina, who introduced the first Republican bill in Congress to decriminalize marijuana tax and regulate the industry and expunge certain records this past week. She pointed to more than 70% of Americans supporting the idea, and stronger Republican involvement could hasten a snowball effect on Capitol Hill, where Democrats lead the charge on decriminalization but lack results. So it sounds like everybody's working together to legalize cannabis, and for some reason, it just hasn't happened quite yet. We'll see. I mean, granted, this bill was only introduced to the House last week, so we'll see what they can get done. But it seems like everybody wants it now. I don't see why anyone would be voting no to this. I mean, maybe some people will still hold out, but it really seems like if they're all in agreement, then why not legalize it? It seems like that makes sense. If Republicans and Democrats are saying it should be legal, no reason for it not to be. I mean, I know the pharmaceutical companies probably don't want medical cannabis to be too widely available. They'd rather sell medications, but we'll see. So hold up, we got a couple comments here. So Ludwig says, why do these hedge funds actually have to cover everything they shorted, though? So, okay. The reason that they've got to cover eventually is because you can see, we'll take Sundial for an example, right? There's 312 million shares short. Well, those shares are going to remain short until the shorts end up covering them. And they're going to, they have to cover them eventually. I mean, especially if Sundial becomes a legitimate company, which, they already are. But if they really start going into a long-term uptrend, maybe after legalization, then those shorted shares, I mean, institutions don't want those on their balance sheet, right? They've got 300 million shares short. And if Sundial just keeps moving up in price over the long term for fundamental reasons, I mean, they have to cover eventually because they'll just be accruing larger and larger losses on Sundial. So, I mean, it's kind of the same. It's not necessarily the same with short versus a long position because with a long position, you don't always have to sell. You could just hold on to it until the company goes bankrupt and let it turn into zero. Granted, you could do the same thing with shorting, right? You could either hold on to it until it goes to zero and, you make your max profit, or you could hold on to it as it goes to infinity, but eventually you're going to get margin called out and you're going to have to cover at some point. So that's why, I mean, when you open up a short position, you got to buy back the share at some point to return it to the person you borrowed it from. And you're being charged a little bit of interest for having that short position and borrowing that stock too. So it doesn't make too much sense to remain short on a company for a long time. But we'll see what the shorts do on Sundial, how long they can hold out. Obviously, they don't want to drive the price up right now. Although they have successfully pushed it down quite a bit, so maybe some of them want to start covering soon. We'll see. It looks like more of them want to start entering and keeping us moving down even further, but we'll see what they can do. So Amin says, can you look at IINN? I'll take a peek at IINN. So it's up 7% on the day. It looks like they had a big boost up in the pre-market. and they're only up 7% on the day. So the boost took them from 287 to 493, but it did not last long. They actually opened pretty low. Let's see what happened with this. Okay, so their quarter 3 net $2.2 million. Okay, nice. Looks like that came out yesterday. Yeah, so looks like a good earnings call, but what then happened to the stock? Why did they, I mean, I guess they are up on the day, but it doesn't explain the massive rise that we saw. Let's see the Ortex for it. Maybe shorts pushed it down quite a bit. I don't know. Okay, well, yeah, this somewhat explains it. This somewhat explains what happened with IIN. And they had a good earnings call. They were pumping up on it. And then shorts came in with an additional 264% short interest increase, and bringing us up to 745,000 shares short, 14.45% of the free float. And there's still a bit of ammo that they've got left. 42% utilization is what we're at right now. So they could still short 68% of the shares, something around there, 67.5% of the shares. So not bad, but I mean, we're still up 7% on the day, but shorts just pushed them down. That's what it looks like today. And Tyler Mike Lou from YouTube says that Wall Street is manipulating buys with AMC, GME, and Sundial. When buys take place, they use that money to dilute the price. Thoughts? When buys take place, you mean like off of payment for order flow? Is that what you're talking about when they get paid for the order flow? Maybe. And they use that money to dilute the price. Thoughts? I'm not so sure. I don't know how exactly they're manipulating, right? Obviously, they're shorting. They're pushing stuff down like that, but, who's to say what the actual methods they are using, if there is some real manipulation, not just with shorts, but really like, illegal stuff going on. Who knows what they're doing? They probably are keeping that pretty secret behind the lock and key. They don't want people to know about it. And Abstract Artemis says, I thought you said NNN. Amen. I was going to say it's that time of year. And Ludwig says, I'm in by AMC. Interesting. We're getting AMC recommendations. And Ramin Perot says, how hard is it for us guys to buy physical UK listed shares, not options, CFD? Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not bought, I don't think, any UK stocks. I don't think I have. And Ludwig Waldemar Dorner says, you'll get all the money back you lost. Oh, maybe. I mean, AMC, it's been fluctuating for a while. So it's tough to say what's going to happen with it over the long term, but $40 seems to be a pretty significant level for them. So we'll see what happens. It looks like gold's starting to move up, so that's good. And let's see. Ludwig says, just hodl them in. We will get rich, and I can only afford lousy 50 AMC shares, unfortunately. Abstract says, I'd like to be rich, Ludwig, but I just want to like comfortably. And Joseph Agnello, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Very cool of you. Very nice. Thank you. And Ludwig says money makes life better. I agree. It can definitely ease some of the stress. If you're stressed out, if you've got a money issue, that can be a big stressor. But studies have shown that past, I think, like 70 or 80K a year, happiness doesn't actually increase that much. Now, I think it's different for different people. I think that some people, if you live frugally, if you don't have massive lifestyle inflation, then you can actually get a pretty big benefit from having more money on hand, just because you then don't have to worry about working every year, every day, even. But some people just do massive lifestyle inflation. They make those moves. They buy up, sports cars and all that, and the sports cars end up not making the money happier, and then they still have to work just as hard every day. So the stress hasn't relieved itself. So I think that's what the case is for a lot of people. Why happiness doesn't really increase in those studies, but I think if you do it the right way, the money definitely helps out with stress at the very least, especially if you're prone to anxious thoughts about the future, paranoia, and all that. But Abstract says, how's crypto doing? Let's take a peek at crypto. It wasn't doing great. There was some interesting stuff going on with crypto this morning, so we'll see what's still going on with it. But Bitcoin and Ethereum and Binance Coin are all down. Bitcoin down 1.29%, Ethereum down 1.83%, Binance down 2%. Tether is pretty stagnant. Solana down 3.62%. And the interesting one of the day, well, Dogecoin and Avalanche both down about 5% and 10% on Avalanche. But the interesting one of the day, well, there are two interesting things. One, Shiba Inu's down 11%. It's really falling. Second, Crypto.com coin up 14.7% on the day. It was up more earlier. But Crypto.com coin, I'm sure you guys have all heard those ads. Crypto.com, Visa card, a metal card, Bitcoin, the best money we've ever had. I'm sure you guys have all heard that. Crypto.com coin has been a sleeping giant. I mean, we have not paid attention to it, but just over the past month, it's gone from 20 cents to 94 cents per coin. Over the past 3 months, from 15 cents to 94 cents per coin. And over the past year, from 7 cents to 94 cents per coin. So pretty cool stuff with Crypto.com coin. You know, who knows how much higher it'll go. It's already at a $23 billion market cap, but I've definitely been sleeping on Crypto.com. I didn't even realize there was a Crypto.com coin. I just know that I would hear those ads all the time. And it's interesting to see that marketing must have really had a big effect on the price, and that, you know, whatever they spent on it, I'm sure they didn't spend $23 billion. Who knows how much the insiders are holding, but that's pretty darn cool that they've been able to push the price up so high. Really cool. So circulating supply, it looks like, is at 83%. Who knows how much the owners have, but that's the most interesting one that I've seen today, right? I didn't realize that Crypto.com coin was skyrocketing. It's only the number 12 crypto by market cap, but still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. So that's just an interesting one that I noticed. Abstract says I own 11.64 CRO. Nice. Did you get those recently, or what's the deal with them? I mean, they're up huge. They're up 89% over the past 7 days. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Tyler Mike, Zach spoke about Spirit Leaf 500 to 800K on his chat yesterday. Did you hear this chat? I did not. I did not, Tyler Mike. I missed that chat, but that's pretty cool. Where can I view those chats, Tyler? Where does he go to speak? And Abstract says live comfortably. I agree with that. Ludwig, Rob, do you think AMC could go to $1 million per share? YouTuber Al from Boston said that. Oh, I don't know about $1 million per share. I think that would be a little steep. Obviously, though, I will say it is possible. It is possible for that to happen. It's not out of the. It's pretty out of the question, but it's not impossible. And the way that could happen would be that you would need probably some really coordinated buyers buying up essentially every share of AMC available in the free float. It would take a ton of money to do this. But because there are a bunch of shorts in it, the shorts would eventually have to start covering. And if the coordinated buyers decided not to sell until $1 million per share, then that's what the shorts would have to pay to cover the position. So my guess is that would bankrupt too many companies, too many hedge funds, and the government would probably step in and stop the blatant manipulation of not selling until $1 million a share. You'd have to manipulate it, basically, I think, to get up there to that point. Otherwise, I think too many people would be selling before $1 million per share. I think that, they'd be selling at a couple $100 per share or $1,000 per share if we really started to see a big squeeze on AMC. But $1 million a share seems a little out of the question. I mean, it's not impossible. They could do it. It would just be manipulation that would cause that, though. So Acorn Sucks, live poor, you have less people asking you for freebies. I think that's definitely a way to do it. I agree with that. I think that, once if you start flaunting a bunch of wealth, you get people coming out of the woodwork looking for handouts and all that. So I agree with that. And Abstract says, I just want a new dependable car. I agree. I think a new dependable car would be nice. My current car is dependable, I suppose, but it is by no means new. So, I think I'll wait a little bit. I think the next car that I get, I would like it to be an electric vehicle. Hopefully a Tesla. We'll see. We'll see if we get that Tesla. I don't know. I'll wait a little bit until maybe the chip shortage has played its course, and hopefully there'll be a couple more Teslas available for cheaper at that point. We'll see. I know Tesla's introducing, what is the Tesla? I think there's a $20,000 Tesla that they're going to be making sometime soon. Okay, so Tesla's $25,000 electric car. Temper your expectations about the timing. All right, so here's an article. August 4th is when they reported on this, so it's a little old. Some rumors are coming out this week about Tesla's upcoming $25,000 electric car, but I think it's bad to temper expectations about the timing because of two words, battery cells. At Tesla Battery Day last year, Elon Musk announced that Tesla will be making a $25,000 electric car. The CEO commented in the announcement Tesla will be making a compelling $25,000 electric vehicle that is also fully autonomous. He made it clear that this new pricing point is achieved through Tesla's new battery cell and battery manufacturing effort, which could reduce battery costs by over 50%. Okay. And the $25,000 electric car has been likened to a new electric hatchback that Tesla's been planning to produce at a gigafactory in China and export globally. Okay. Interesting. So I would certainly be interested in the $25,000 car. Maybe if not that, then the Model 3 potentially. But $25,000, it's starting to get fairly affordable. It's starting to get fairly cheap at that point. So we'll see what happens with it. So my Pluto price is for AMC is $500K. Want to pass Berkshire Hathaway during the MOAS? Why not? That would be pretty tough. I will point out that would be fairly difficult. But at the same time, I mean, we can look at the shorts on AMC. It's just that it's going to require a huge effort between all the investors in AMC, right? To not, I guess 78 million shares is no small amount, and depending on how many shares are held by apes who aren't going to let go until 500K, potentially, but it seems a bit out of reach in my opinion. 500K seems very steep. You'd have to have a lot of people not taking profits at 100K, 200K. People who might hold, even just people holding 10 shares, and if it gets to 100K, that's $1 million. I mean, who's not going to sell their AMC that they're holding right now for $380 for $1 million? I think a lot of people will be selling before 500K, but maybe. I just think that we'd see a lot of paper hands if people were waking up to millions of dollars in their portfolio when before it was hundreds. But potentially it could happen if everyone was very extremely coordinated. And Abstract Artemis, I only own 11.64 CRO. They bought the name for Staples Center for $700 million. Staples Center. Interesting. Staples Center. So CRO bought the name for Staples Center. Can you look at Vulcan Energy Resources, please, says Matt Hambag. Allegations for a company against short sellers. Okay, Vulcan Energy. Let's see, Vulcan Energy Res, Vulcan F. So it looks like it's down on the day. Is this the one, VULNF? Is that the one? Is that the one, VULNF for Vulcan Energy? Let me see what the Vulcan... Let me just look it up on Google. VULNF, that's the one it looks like. So allegations against short sellers. Let's see. No news there. So... Okay. So here we go. Short seller allegations against the geothermal lithium player. All right, let's see what they say about this. And when was this? The 22nd of November. The last few weeks saw a lot of coverage on Vulcan Energy Resources, the company dominating news on potential lithium extraction from geothermal brines in the Upper Rhine region of Germany, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. All right. With the growth of its stock from 240 to 1590, all right, so short allegations. Let's see where they really start talking about the shorts. Okay, so with the massive growth of its stock, on October 26, 2021, a short seller called J Capital Research published a report on Vulcan calling the company the god of empty promises, which resulted in a trading halt for the company the day after. Has taken its shares off the exchange for 2 days as a result of the attack by a short seller. All right, so it looks like they're going to be investigating that short seller. So yeah, potentially that could, those investigations, who knows how often they end up yielding some kind of result. They can often take a long time, but I mean, the fact that they're extracting lithium, if they're really able to do it, that sounds very promising. So that could be good. An Abstract Artemis, I have an 03 Honda Accord that I've had for 6 years. I'm ready for an EV. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. San Venegas, do you think Rivian can go as big on the stock price as Tesla? I don't think it can at this point. I think it would need to grow a lot as a company before it gets as big as Tesla stock price wise. Yeah, I think it would need quite a while, many years between between now and when they could be worth as much as Tesla. I think that Rivian, they seem like a good company, but they'll probably need a decent amount of time to really start upping their production and maybe offer some different kinds of vehicles and whatnot. But we'll see. And Moa, so AMC will not happen. GME says eat the rich. It might. And Tyler Mike says, your chat is great. This is exactly what Sundial needs. What you're doing is the same recognition AMC gets on YouTube, but Sundial is going to be bigger or is as big. Yeah, I think that Sundial really, especially once we see legalization, could certainly be moving up quite a bit. Because AMC is a pure movement play, basically, right? I don't know if they're trying to justify the price with the theaters and whatnot. I don't think they're trying to justify it fundamentally. I mean, AMC's at a $20 billion market cap from the movement. So if Sundial could get the movement plus legalization and just a good business model, then I could see Sundial doing it very well in the future, at least at its peaks. And Ludwig says, Rob, there are billions of AMC synthetics created by hedge jerks, which they all have to cover, plus day traders, plus FOMO, plus apes holding with diamond balls of steel. Yeah, I mean, I could see AMC doing pretty good if the right catalyst pushes it up enough to start getting shorts to cover. I could see that definitely. That could work. So ton with AMC made my money, says Eat the Rich. All right, Ludwig says AMC, GME, Sundial may be the greatest wealth transfer plays in human history. Who knows? They could. And can you take a quick look, says Sweezy Trip, at BFRI, and Brazil Big A says ATR is flying. So let's briefly look at ATR. And it's up 9%. That's good. We'll see what this can turn into. This might be a good one to keep an eye on. And Sweezy Drip, can you take a look at BFRI? Yeah, so BFRI up 100% on the day. It looks like a lot of that came in the pre-market, and we've been relatively stagnant since we opened at $5.99 just about. Okay. What's the news on this? What pumped it up? So did they just get an upgrade? Is that what happened? So Biofrontera shares are trading higher after Roth Capital initiated coverage on the stock with a buy rating and a $20 price target. Jeez. So yeah, not surprising that if they get a $20 price target that they're pumping up quite a bit. Really cool stuff. So, and they've got earnings coming up. So if those are good, that could keep sending them up. It might bring them back into reality. If they're bad earnings, it might tank them. But this looks potentially promising. I mean, they've already pumped up over 100%. So I don't know if buying right now is the best option, but it is a move. Potential move. So Eat the Rich. Sundial is a great company. We just need some shares bought back. I think the share buybacks will definitely help out Sundial price. I would be very excited to see those happening, hopefully soon. And Brazil Big G, can you please analyze ATER? Yeah, we'll give ATR a peek. This is, I believe, Ethereum. So I think they had a Microsoft partnership that they announced right around here. Or that was their earnings. When was the Microsoft partnership? Might have been this. Is Ethereum or is it IronNet who announced Microsoft partnership? It might have been IronNet. Okay, so let's launch the beta. Let's see. I don't think it's any news that's moving them today. This might be a trader's move. Let's see what the Ortex is showing for ATER. Okay, short interest. Let's see. So it's up a little bit, up 2.99%. So shorts are trying to keep it down a little bit. They got to do it because they've got a 25% interest as a percentage of the free float. So they are certainly trying to keep it down. They don't want this one to run. I think this is the one, that bounced off of $20 way back when, the $20 resistance. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough climb back up. But we'll see if we can do it. They hit lows of $3 in the past. They just had a kind of, looks like a cruddy earnings call. And so a bad earnings call, though that did pump them up some for some reason. But they have been sinking since. So now they hit 5. Now they're, okay, I see what's going on. They're bouncing off of 5. Kind of maybe closer to 480. But $5 essentially, right? Is maybe between there, between 5 and 480 is where they might be bouncing off of. So they're just getting a lot of support at that area, and now people are taking them up a little bit, looking for a little swing trade on them. They're up 11%. So who knows how high this one could go? But this is a potentially dangerous pattern just because they've been downtrending for so long. I'm not looking to get into ATER at the moment. I'm not looking to get into it at the moment. If they could really prove themselves and start a decent uptrend, get up to around 8 or so, since there are so many shorts in it, I could see this becoming a potential a new short squeeze candidate, right? Let's take a peek and see when the shorts are entering it. So all in all, not that many shorts. Well, actually, you know what? A decent amount of shorts actually increased their positions around here when ATR was around $6. So yeah, if we could get up significantly above 6, I could see us squeezing out some shorts if we could get up pretty big. So yeah, that's a potential way. Potential play right there, ATER. And I almost bought some AMC at around $8 as abstract. Geez. AMC, let's see. Yeah, $8 would have been a great buy on AMC, especially at the at the peaks when we were looking at the peaks at $72. That would have been a great buy. So, we live and learn. We live and learn, though. There was no guarantee that was going to happen for AMC. AMC just happened. It got really lucky with that, with all the buyers. So, let's see what we've got. Cloud, do you have a target price for Sundial? I try to stay away from target prices, but if I had to guess where I could see Sundial going off of some Reddit hype, I could certainly see calls for 420. That's what we've seen in the past. And the chart doesn't show it right here. It says the high is 396, but that's not showing you the after hours and pre-market. When we hit 420, I could definitely see some people trying to pump it up to 420 on Reddit and Wall Street Bets, and that could definitely take us there. In combination with the shorts, some shorts potentially having to cover, some shorts who have been shorting when we were at cheaper prices. And maybe some good news, some good catalysts. Legalization could take us even higher than that, but we'll see what happens with Sundial. I think that once legalization hits, these things could really explode. So Abstract says $10 is my Sundial target price. Yeah, $10. We could do it. It would, especially if they really started doing a lot of share buybacks. That would really help out because looking at the past 3 years, we could definitely get there if they started buying back a lot of shares, because we were at 13 at one point when they IPO'd, and they just diluted too much, right? They just put out too many shares to stay afloat during this period over here from 2020, they did that for a bit, and 2019 they did it. So if they could avoid that dilution and actually start buying up more shares, that would really help out with the price. So I would be excited for that. And Roland B says, new to the channel, I've enjoyed the content and information. Thank you. You're welcome, Roland B. Thank you for joining us in the stream. And Brazil Big G, you're welcome also. Matt Handbag, sorry, had to disappear to answer door. Couldn't respond about VIPCAN. What happened with VIPCAN? So, couldn't respond about VIPCAN. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Matt. What is VIPCAN? VIPCAN, I should say. And welcome, Roland B, says abstract. And Roland B replies, cheers. Very nice. Good stuff. So, what were we looking at? Sundial, I think, is... What was the short interest on Sundial at the moment? I think that we could... we were deciding, could Sundial get to $10? I think it could. I think that in addition to the potential buybacks that we could see, right? This is just the first buyback that they've announced. I think that if they start doing more, I mean, they have a lot of cash on hand. They could buy up a lot of shares of Sundial stock if they decided to do that. But they've also got, where is it? Right here. 311 million shares short on Sundial stock. So if shorts really had to start covering, if we rose too much and people realized that cannabis was a good business to be in, that it wasn't going to be a money-losing industry anymore, if we got legalization or something, that could really hype the sector up. People might be talking about it on Reddit. I could see it being pretty big. Holding and growing since Feb, says Roland B. Sundial plus 500 at 75-cent average, holding and growing since Feb. Nice. Yeah, hopefully that'll become a green position very soon. It looks like we might be on our way to reversing this downtrend. At least we've started consolidating instead of just moving down day after day like we have been over the past about 10 days. It's been painful. It's been painful holding Sundial, but I think that we'll probably be rewarded for that over the long term. I think we'll be rewarded, and it looks like we have closed the gap very nicely, very tightly. There is no air left in this gap, so it has been closed. We can start moving up again. This will be the first green day in a while for Sundial, so that could be foreboding of good things to come. Maybe on Friday when the market's not trading for as long, that could be very nice. That could be good. So it looks like, of course, now that I say this, we're taking a little bit of a dip, but we're still green on the day. So looking at the time, it is 11:55. This is longer than the streams typically go nowadays. I typically end them a little bit earlier, but that's that. So thank you guys for joining us in the stream. This was the last stream probably because there's no market tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving Day, so no market tomorrow. So we won't be doing the streams. I might try and pre-record a video to release then, but we'll see. We'll see. And Abstract says we have to be really patient with Sundial, like really patient. Yeah, I think patience is key a lot of the time in the stock market. But thank you guys for joining us. Probably won't be here Friday either because I'll be out of town. So no stream on Friday, but Monday, hopefully you guys will join us again. Enjoy your Thanksgivings, enjoy Black Friday, enjoy the weekend. Have a great day for the rest of today, and peace out, guys. I'll see you all in the next one.